Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the recovery addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addicts live stream in their courtroom. The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dahil mihi Anglican por each verbal Latinos.
It is good to be with you this morning. I feel like I should probably be on this view instead. It's good to be here. I don't know how to wear my headphones with. Good morning, all. Good morning, please. Order. Take your seat. I realize it doesn't fit quite as well as maybe it looks like it would online. But yes, I went to the post office and I had a package in it, and you can guess what was in it. These luscious locks, for one. The glasses, the little Ben Franklins. By little, I mean little. They're little Ben Franklins. Yes, it's. I don't think I can wear this all day. First of all, the wig is a little bit restrictive on the circumference. It's a little bit restrictive that way. The glasses are also. My head is wider than the glasses are, so it's not entirely comfortable. But I think I can do my best Ben Franklin when I do this.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day! Welcome to Wednesday, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I'm not Ben Franklin. I am Recovery Addicts. I don't have a pirate shirt on. I should wear the pirate shirt. I should not wear these. These are going to make me go cross-eyed. I'm going to have to take all this off a little bit. And let's see here. I think I'm going to have. How's my hair? Do I look all right? The frilly frock really was, I think, the finishing touches on the outfit. Although it's designed to go around your neck and snap. For me, it goes around to the sides. Like if I had like Frankenstein snaps, that's where the sides would go. So it's a little bit small for the neck. My kids absolutely love this, however, and this was a gift, I believe, from Rosie in Tucson. Is that correct, Rosie? I have to ask because I picked this up and I ended up throwing away the package. I'm like, okay, I need to remember, and I threw away the outside package. There was nothing on the inside. It just had all the stuff, and I think I have wig hair. It's bad. It's going to be that way all day. It's going to be awful. Okay, let me set this aside briefly. I know I'm going to see screenshots of this all over TikTok and Twitter and Facebook. Oh, it's awful. But yes, if you're late, you missed it. It shall not be repeated. Just saying. We need to have a little bit of levity on days like today. It's going to be a rough day. Just because more testimony, more crazy testimony. So. Let me first and foremost, before I forget, say hello to Danielle Marie. Danielle Marie, first that you were first in chat. You have won the internet today. Congratulations. And I don't know how long you've been attempting to win, but you beat out some people who have made it their life's mission to win. So whatever tips you can give people, now is the time to do it. Danielle, congratulations on being first in chat. We will gift you everything IP related. We'll just email you the entire internet. Unfortunately, the flip side of that is you have to take care of it for the rest of the morning until we go live again, where we will take the gift away from you and re-gift it to somebody else. Danielle, congratulations and thank you very much.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
If you would like, Danielle, I know on the channel page there is you can purchase your own certificate commemorating this event. I think it costs 50 cents. It's digital. You have to write your own name in it. But other than that, it is entirely authentic, which commemorates this day where you won the internet. and I'm sure you're going to do a great job with it. Let's see. We have a couple things that are super exciting today. I will say I've just started to scratch the surface on the Letecia Stauch arrest affidavit. Holy cow. Looking at that, let me just say, you ain't seen nothing yet. The crazy is just now starting to surface. This is bizarre. There's North Carolina connections. There's, all sorts of information and just bizarre things. And we could go into that if you guys want. It is, don't clip it. Cachette, don't clip it. I'm sure it'll be clipped somewhere. There's going to be stuff all over the place about with me wearing a wig and funny glasses. My wife looked at me and she just shook her head. She's like, "You don't learn, do you? You don't learn. You know what they're going to do to you?" I said, "Yeah, but we sort of need it today." Anyway, crazy. This case is going to go bizarre. Just like off the charts, insane, and not just with the horrible stuff, but just like the lies and the stories and the what type thing. Yeah, it's all going to be there. So let's see what we've got here. Welcome everybody. First of all, if you're first time here, welcome as well. Let's see. Let me close. Oops. The phone's ringing already. Let's see. Let's see who's calling.
From. Meanie.
Hey, this is Recovery Addict. Who am I speaking with?
Meanie Banana.
Meanie Banana, welcome. I asked you to call back. Actually, you called in right as the show ended yesterday. You have something serious to share with the group, and I asked you.
I was kicked back, taking it
Sorry,
easy.
the sound effects are coming in. I'll turn them off for just a minute.
Yeah, I know, the sound effects. No, I just wanted to, since this is a really heavy trial, and it can evoke certain emotions and flashbacks in people that have been, traumatized with, domestic violence. I just wanted to remind everybody, I'm a mental health nurse, that there is a national hotline in the United States. It's for crisis and suicide thoughts, or even, if you have thoughts of hurting somebody else. It's all you have to do is dial 988.
You think of 911, but 988.
It is, and it's free. It's 24/7, and it's staffed with mental health professionals that might be able to help if this is evoking any kind of flashbacks or trauma.
Yep. And Meanie Banana, with your experience working in this field, I asked you to call back in because that message, although it's important, it wouldn't be the same coming from me as from someone who's seen that side of it. And so thank you very much. We'll keep that in mind. We're going to try to have some levity and try to lean on each other here today as we get undoubtedly some more heavy stuff today as we continue these calls. So thank you very much, Meanie.
Sure.
Alrighty. We'll see you in chat. Bye.
Okay, bye.
I appreciate her calling in. I asked her to call in last night. She called in right at the end of the show. She wanted to share that, and the timing with the delay was off. And so I talked to her briefly after the show. That being said, we have a couple things to cheer on. Sharon Ken Sharp just upgraded to jury. Awesome. Thank you so much for hitting the upgrade button on your membership. Wonderful. Good to have you here. We've also got there was a gift membership. Let me just see. It came in right before we went live. Let me see if I can find that as well. The chat is just flying. It's cleared off. No, that's no good. Let's see if I can scroll back a little bit. I missed it. Somebody gifted a membership, and somebody received the membership, and it happened right before I went live. To that individual, thank you so much. I saw the name and I thought for sure it would work, but it disappeared. You guys, it's a good thing. There was enough things that commented that it cleared out of the buffer because there's too much talk. Yes, Katrina, that was Meanie Banana on the phone. You'll see her in chat as well, and one of the people who you might want to reach out to if you are having a hard time with this, and honestly, if this causes you to have a difficult time, please think of yourself first. I had this conversation with my mods last night. I said, if this is too hard for any of you, don't think that my reliance on you, which I do, I rely on the mods to make this show be what it is. That's not as important as you taking care of yourself. So do what is right for you first. We'll get through what we're going through, and then we're going to meet up again on the other side, and I think we'll all be better that way. But please take care of yourself today. Be aware of your mental state, and just don't put yourself through something that's too difficult. So. All right. I completely botched the roll call this morning. It's gone. I don't know where to start. Let's see. Sunny day in Denmark, says Susan Holm. Won't be here long today because youngest daughter's 23rd birthday. Okay, birthdays. Let's start there, Suzanne. That is awesome. Laughed at your intro. 9 out of 10 judges. That was a fun moment hearing us played in court. Judge Schroeder was awesome that way. I think Red Pen. I think it was Roxy in Tucson who sent that kit. That's my. I have to verify that, but that's my guess. I might be a little bit wrong. It's a Jabbot, the frilly frock. I thought originally it was like a tablecloth when I first saw the package. Anyone else get a screenshot? What do you mean anyone else? Nobody's authorized to take screenshots during there. All the mods throw me under the bus. Look at this. Let's see. Making us laugh first thing in the morning. We've got to have a little bit of levity, and there are times when it's appropriate and times there aren't. So right now it's appropriate. Before things begin, we can have a laugh and just get ready for this afternoon and today. Why did Miss Doubtfire just come to mind? She wore it better. Let's put it that way. Oh, all right. There's a couple things. I look very proper. It is like 100 degrees in here. Maybe it was the wig, but I'm sweating. It's like a hot flash. Let's see. Where's the birthdays? There was some birthday. I think we have 2 birthdays, that I'm aware of. I hear that it's Ritz and Laura's birthday. Ritz and Laura. Is that correct? Ritz and Laura. Is there anybody else whose birthday who we need to celebrate today? It's Ritz's. Is Laura as well? Lisa, you missed it. Don't rewind, Lisa. It's not allowed. Don't rewind. It was at the very beginning. Let's see. Happy birthday to Ritz. I think Ritz was telling me that it was Laura's birthday as well. But we have a couple Lauras, so we need you. Yes, it's true. Happy birthday, Laura. I believe it's Laura, my mod, that it's her birthday today. Is that correct? Ritz and Laura. Wonderful to have both of you here. Happy birthday. 21 years young again. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. We have, I think I have some birthday music we can play. We do. We have some birthday music. And no, I'm not going to sing. Not this time. And there's another too. Who's the third birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ritz and Laura and one other. Happy birthday to you. There you go. You got me to sing. 2 clips in one day. That's about all I can handle. So the contrast of this morning and what's going to happen here in the afternoon, it might be too much. Birthday dances. It's good move. I'd buy that album. No. I'm sorry. I apologize for the singing. Don't. See, this is why I need to learn my lesson. It is a good day. I will tell you, it's the album's out for Christmas. I think Canned Laughter. I think we've. It used to be, but it's not anymore. We did the research on that one. Rebel just hid under the covers in celebration. Too much of a good thing, right, Ivan? I think that's what it was. All right. Thank you, everybody very much. party. We'll celebrate the birthdays today. Two, maybe three amazing people. Go ahead and out yourself if it's your birthday. AJ is here. AJ, this is what you've been missing in the weeks that when you've been at work and we've been here. We do this every day. I thought, all right, jump the shark with a tinfoil hat. What a great way to start our day.
Lotion bottle.
Sorry, I just got lotion bottle on the end of that one. I'll trigger that one again for you. Sorry, AJ. Just 1 second. Let's go there.
And I thought RA jumped the shark with the tinfoil hat. What a great way to start our day. Non-binary judge eyeglasses face with tears of joy, hot beverage, fried egg donut, lotion bottle.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much, AJ. Appreciate that.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
Sounds are back up. Letecia's gotten to me. There's a lot of crazy here. There's a ton of crazy. I'm not sure. Is WeatherWatch in chat today? Just looking. I know he's got a ton of work today, and so I don't blame him. Not just work, but weather is happening as well. So he's doing both fronts. If he's not in chat, let's see. If he's not in chat, this is the perfect time. Oh, there he is. Should we do it anyway? I'm not gonna make any promises about anything, but WeatherWatch's channel may or may not be linked to my channel on my page as a friend of the channel. So if you go to my page and just look at and scroll down, you might see a few people. You'll see Matthew Harris. I think you'll see Nicole Goodman. You'll see WeatherWatch. You'll see I think Ivan's on there. Just some friends of the channel that you can click. WeatherWatch would love it if you would go and watch his brand new video that just dropped today. His first is just a weather announcement for today. It's the first video he's really posted. I think there are like 3 little tiny videos before, but this is his first video that he's posted, and I think it's fantastic. And I need everybody to watch it and like it. So it's a short weather update, especially if you have weather coming to you today. It's good information for today because we still have some serious weather going on in the central United States. Anyway, so yeah, low budget, awful video. Fantastic. Yes. And he says, no. Look, I wore the wig today and I sang. WeatherWatch. The least you can do is share your very important weather updates with people. It's going to be awesome. So I'm super excited about WeatherWatch. Matthew Harris actually arranged a Zoom meeting with WeatherWatch and I last night. We had some talks about what I could do for my channel, because Matthew does great things on his channel. And he gave me a ton of tips. And he is the reason why today, if you go to my channel, we have playlists. We have sorted videos into playlists so you can actually watch and follow trials in groups. So if you like what you see on my channel, please go to Matthew Harris's channel and give him a like as well, because it's because of him that it's there. Anyway, good people. Yes, WeatherWatch has a channel. It's brand new. I think there was 33 people, and I think the first 32 were family. So you could be in on the ground floor of this multi-level marketing opportunity with WeatherWatch. You could be in on the ground floor. Make sure you do it right away. Anyway, so that's let's see where. I'm subscribed to WeatherWatch, even though the weather info is in a different country. Ashley, thank you so much. Just awesome. All right, we're going to try not to say yada yada yada. Good morning. Anything repeated 3 times or 5 times, depending on how many times Letecia says it. Now we can't use. So something, yada yada yada. All those phrases have to be eliminated from our vocabulary, vernacular. They're just gone. The good news this morning, or hopefully, I've got my fingers crossed actually, good news is the court has been playing with the camera system. Right now you can see that it's just what we have before, waiting for Zoom to turn on. But they've been playing with the camera system, and they've specifically been turning on and off the witness camera. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that we get a witness camera today. I think that would be great. I think all 3 of them would make it just easier to watch and easier to follow as well. JT, good to have you here as well. Super excited for a certain podcast, JT. A certain podcast I'm a subscriber for now. I think Brandy knows what it is as well. Let's see what else we have. Yada yada yada. Alcoholic drink, something. Water drink. Yep, it's going to be our drinking words. It's going to be that. Link to the YouTube page. I think that is great. If he won't, I will. How about that? Brianne Malcolm, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. We're just getting things started today. Red Pen says I did all the YouTube-y things. I don't think Emily D. Baker will sue us for you saying that. I think she came up with that, which I love. Just awesome. But thank you, Red Pen, for that. Okay, we're psyched as well. Audio versions of Brandy's trial recaps and eventually a deep dive into the case personal Brandy. Yes, and that's honestly, I watch her videos. So the audio version, which I think is the first one that's posted, was just an audio version of her trial recap from the Letecia Stauch openings. There we go. Thank you, Katrina. Appreciate that. There's Weather Watch's channel with the tornado emoji. Katrina, you go above and beyond. Thank you so much. Anyway, we had that was our first podcast, which is up right now. So you could either listen or watch it. I watched it on YouTube, which is great. I love it. I cannot wait for the actual podcast as she follows the trial that needs a little more light cast on the happenings of the trial and the investigation. Let's see. What time does court start? We start in about 40 minutes. We've got a little bit of time to cover any questions or we can actually delve in a little bit if you want to the arrest affidavit. It is huge. Let me just show you when I say huge what it looks like. It's right here. I'm trying to see how many pages it is. It's 32 pages long, and it's just got at any page anywhere you stop, it's just full of crazy. It's got some. All sorts of cars, vehicles, things happening, different states, all the evidence where things were found, the cleanup, just the Guardo who was working on a house, all sorts of. You've got stories everywhere, and it gets pretty bizarre. And some of it, quite honestly, I don't want to read the entire thing. I think I shouldn't start reading it until I've pre-read it, because I have the habit of reading something, starting a sentence without knowing what the ending of the sentence is. I sort of read right where my eyes are. That's when I speak. But it's just so much stuff, so much evidence. It's everything you possibly could think of as far as the Google text strings. Oh my goodness. Why should my husband choose me over my family? Find me a rich guy who wants me to take care of his kids. I wonder if my ex-wife is sending me a Valentine's card since I raise her kids. These are Google searches, okay? Find real military singles. Parenting should be 4 people, not 1. I'm overdoing all the work for my stepkids and their mom doesn't help. Mom advice from stepmom. If you aren't involved in your kid's life, you are shoddy. I can't quite spell that one. Yeah, just look at these searches. This is all the 25th, the 26th, the 27th of January, 28th of January. Today's flight. Police steps for a missing child. What is the process for a runaway child? El Paso Sheriff's Office number. Suede repair kit for sofa. Son sick, can he stay home? This is just bizarre. I mean, it goes on and on. Search terms are, yeah, there's crazy everywhere to be found in this case, and we're going to be getting into that. Oops, let me switch here. There we go. Let's see. Parents who put their kids before their nails. I think that answers it all. Yes. And she does the searches in the middle of the night. Who Googles that stuff? Who writes Googles that way? I mean, you're doing it wrong. That's not how you Google. Alyssa says, if my Google history comes out, I'm toast. Yes, her husband's helping the police. We're going to continue that today. We're going to have some more phone calls where he's with the FBI. And at some points, we can even hear the FBI whispering or handing him notes, telling him what to ask. And you have to realize her husband is trained somewhat. I don't know exactly what his specialty is, but in the military, he's trained somewhat to do questioning. So he's not new to this. It's just new to him being this person connected to the other person. And so he's able to make these phone calls, and it sounds like an interrogation. It sounds like what the police might put together in a sting operation, because he's very good at this, keeping her talking and the compliments at the right time, and challenging some things and then backing off a little bit. So it's really fascinating to watch this way because of that. Can you explain the channel name again for the newbies? Perfectly Imperfect, Lisa, I sure can. The channel name, my channel name here is Recovery Addict. I chose the name because originally I was addicted to recovering artifacts from the ground. I'm a metal detectorist, and that's how this channel began, with metal detecting videos. Back at the end of October, I started live streaming court cases. One of my other true loves that I'm addicted to. I like court cases and crime and law, and I've studied that since I was a kid, non-professionally. My profession actually went from...
James Peacock just sent a super sticker with 1.99.
Thank you very much, James, for the super sticker with suitcase. Super sticker. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, so professionally, I went from, when I graduated high school, my first job I really started was in a metal shop, and I quickly went from working out in the shop to being a foreman in the shop, and then a safety engineer for the whole facility, and then went into sales, and then regional sales, and became a regional sales manager. Had huge budget, loved it. I was whining and dining people. It was a fun job that I actually hated. It paid pretty good, but I hit a ceiling, had to go back to school. Went to school for communications, electronic media, started working in the news industry with cameras. I've filmed police. I've filmed all sorts of TV shows and sports events, things like that.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
And then when I finished school, as I was finishing school, I got involved in IT and started doing working for the Department of Defense as a contractor. So I worked there for about 12 years or so, and then worked myself out of a job where my job was to eliminate my job. So I completed it successfully, which results in me losing my job, but they were happy. And then looked for a job for about 7 months that would keep me where I am here in North Carolina, and I couldn't find one that would do what I want. So out of frustration, I started live streaming court, and it was amazing. And I haven't stopped since. I've been live almost every day since. So that's the name, how it began. So I do personally have my own story of addiction, specifically with video gaming addiction, that just about cost me everything. It's a time in my life that I didn't realize how bad it was. Looking back, it still makes me shudder, and see how close I came to losing things before I was able to, with the help of an amazing wife, get back on the path for recovery that way. So we are super supportive of anyone who has an addiction and is working on recovery, or is in recovery here. So even though my story is different than what you might typically associate with addiction recovery, we do cheer people on here, and have many members and community members here that are at various points in their own sobriety path. So that's hopefully that covers it. If you have any more questions, let me know. Is slow mode on for chat? No, I need to make a couple changes. I think slow mode. I typically don't like having slow mode on more than about 15 to 60 seconds if it gets really crazy. Like if we have a couple thousand people in here, maybe 60-second slow down is appropriate. But let's see. There's Weather Watch. Okay, hold on 1 second. Oh, I'm getting a message. Okay, sorry, there was a message coming in that you guys would be able to hear, and I didn't want that to play out. But my son's got a message, and he's not here. So, okay, I think a couple of the mods that I've talked to already have the ability to change slow mode. And I'd like to do it as little as possible, because I like people to be able to share something, and sometimes 200 characters is not enough, right? Sometimes you need to have 400 characters, and if you have to wait 60 seconds between one and the other, then it makes it difficult. But if we start like in the 5 or 10 second range, that'll stop some of the bots that like to subscribe and post a billion things all in a row. How many kids do we have? Mrs. R.A. and I have 6 children. The oldest 2 are, I guess, technically adults, but they're still at home. So, yes. And the youngest, the younger ones are young enough that they went to the museum yesterday, just had a blast playing with all the toys. So we've got the spread there. Ivan, you're spreading rumors there. Not true. Can we tune into random prison or court stream until court starts today? We can. I sort of have to do a little bit of getting ready of the live streams. The only problem, Lindsay, is doing that takes up one of my feeds. So let's see. I'm not sure if. If I take up one of my feeds, then it causes problems for the live stream because I need to have multiple videos to get you the quality stream you want with a high quality image. I was impressed. I went back and looked at all the other streams I could find on the channel, and it seems to be our feed had the best view, and I don't know why because we all get it from the same place, but our feed seems to have the highest resolution image. Let's see. Ah, you sound sweet. Do you have a brother that's rich, likes to travel, and needs me to take care of his kids? Nope, I don't. I have a large family, many siblings. Trying to think if any of them aren't married. Nope, they're all married. My brothers that we're talking about. Let's see, when does it start? It starts in half an hour, and maybe a little bit sooner, Mark. So we're going to get started here in just a little bit. I'm going to get the image pulled up on the screen so we can see what it's going to look like. Looks 1 is 3, 2 is 4, 3 is 1. Okay, so let me pull this up on the screen. We'll do that first to show you we are waiting for the court to come in. They're right above us with 3 cameras. Hopefully, we really hoping for 3 cameras today. I'd like to have the witness camera as well. I have a large family, about 10.7 thousand people. Eileen, you guys are my family. That's awesome. Okay. Phone's not long today. I didn't hear yesterday. Angie, yesterday was a long phone call, and we have a lot of phone calls to go through. But what we did here at the end of the day is not all of the phone calls are going to come in on this witness. There are other people, there are other FBI agents who are there listening and prompting and monitoring who this evidence can be brought in under, because you realize, evidence has to be, there has to be a foundation for it. It has to be introduced and authenticated, and then it can be admissible that way. So they can authenticate all of these using the husband, Al, because he was the one talking on the phone. But that would be a really long day to bring all this in that way. And some of the data happens at a later point in time, and it might be more logically make more sense to have a different person introduce that. So we won't get all the phone calls today. Hopefully the calls we do get today are a little bit shorter in duration and maybe just not as painful to listen to with the screeching and everything else. So does he know his son is dead at that point? Lindsay, I think... or PFOG, I think he knew something was wrong, that something was really up. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing some Amber. I'm seeing some stuff on Twitter with me in a wig. That was quick. I think I'm going to draw out parts of the affidavits for tomorrow and do that in the beginning of the day. Just because there's stuff in there that I don't know how to present, that is super heavy, that I don't know how to talk about in a way that's other than just factual and just saying it and dumping it out there. I don't know how to talk about it. It's hard. Both her stories that she is alleging as to what happened, as well as the facts that are discovered as the investigation goes on. Let's see. Trying to join Weather Watcher, forgot the handle. If we can post it one more time in chat, that would be great for Weather Watch's channel. Yesterday was tough for me, says City's crazy. So yesterday was tough for me listening to the court call, and then my aunt called with a remarkably similar type of call. It was exhausting. Oh, I'm sorry, Cindy. So sorry. Al did know something I know I couldn't do. This had to have been very painful. Jenny, I wonder right now, even as he's testifying in court, this is not easy. I wonder if he is built a wall emotionally to be able to handle what he has to do right now, and that he might break down at a later point. This would be brutal to relive each of these moments and how he felt as he went through all of this. So bad. No. We're not changing that. Okay. She was all over the place. Ginger, the lies just went from one lie. It was like jump to another, and how she was able to tie them into this big long event that I don't even know how it started. They went to get cleaning supplies, or they went to get in the truck to go somewhere, and they stopped and got donuts, and then they were going to go to a store, and then there was this guy on Craigslist, and there was a bike, and it was going to be a Valentine's surprise, and just this huge story just grew, and like almost everything she's talking about is not relevant to the actual question that was asked. So you ask a question, and then you get this huge long story of other things that just don't make sense. They don't even fit in the answer, and it's frustrating. Read the probable cause this morning. It's long, 32 pages. It's super long. So Ivan says, I think you're right. When we lost our daughter, I locked my emotions up for months while Mrs. grieved. Went into robot mode for a while to keep the rest of the family together. Yeah, and Ivan, I think this is what we're seeing in him. Hopefully, at the end of this trial, when hopefully justice is done, then he's going to be able to let that out, because you can't hold that in forever. You can't dam back a river and just expect it never to break through or never to spill over the top. There has to be a release at some point, or it will break you. Have I done any theater? Maisla, I have not done any theater. I don't consider myself a good actor. It's so hard to even understand what she was saying on the phone call yesterday. She was talking so fast that it was hard to understand. I think she was lying so fast that it was hard to understand. So you've got both the audible, it's hard to hear what she is saying problem, as well as it's hard for my brain to follow the thought process problem, and the two together don't add up very well. Word salad is saying nothing. Yes. It's called forgiveness. It does take forgiveness to let that go. Sometimes you have to forgive other people. Sometimes you have to forgive yourself, depending on the situation. But she obviously doesn't know how to use yada, yada, yada. Correct context for yada, yada, yada. PFOG. I'd love to have that explanation. Jojo Peter, as a lawyer, I'd want my client to try to look somewhat included. She is definitely pulling off the girl from Ring look, with the hair over the eyes. I can't tell. I can't tell if she's keeping her ears plugged all the time. There are definite times where she seems to be plugging her ears intentionally, and other times where she looked like she was plugging her ears, but she responds to something her husband had said with a scowl or a shake her head, a little shake or something. So I'm not sure if she can hear or if she's trying not to hear. This thing has to leave a mark. I can't even fathom being in this situation. Today I listened to the call he had with her on the phone, her way of blaming everyone but herself. JT says she was rushing through the call because ultimately the content didn't count. What did count for her was getting the story she put out together out. That way she could say she did. Danny Austin. Danny, good to have you. I think it feels like we've got you twice, Danny, with you and your better half, both here at the same time. But thank you very much. Appreciate your support. Let's see. Calculated, deliberate, and purposeful actions were taken by LS throughout this crime. Covering it up is an acknowledgement of knowing what she did was wrong and unwilling to face the consequences. That's what's gonna bite her, Cecilia. Her actions afterwards speak to her mindset when it happened. Speak to her knowing what it was happening. Speak to her knowing that what she was doing was wrong. And speak to how she's able to rationally think things through, even if it's trying to build a cover for it. This to me says she's not insane. That's the evidence I'm seeing that says that doesn't add up. This is not a crazy person doing things that don't make sense and living life in a way that normal people wouldn't. This is somebody doing something truly horrific and trying to hide it, and then I believe trying to hide behind the shield of, oh, it was crazy at the time, which I don't think the jury's going to buy. Yes, waitress. I'd like a word salad with a nothing burger on the side, please. That's what we got. We got served that all-you-can-eat style. Yesterday, I saw her reach into her shirt a bit and then go immediately to her ears. This was after break time, so I imagine she got Kleenex or toilet paper and popped it in her ears. I thought of that. I watched that as well, Lindsay. I think you pointed it out yesterday as well when this happened, that she sort of did this thing. You know, the hand went, down into the shirt a little bit and then sort of around the collar and then up underneath her hair. So, and it was immediately after she had, we knew she had a little break where she was let out to use the facilities. Aren't they just trying to prove she was insane at the time of the murder? No, the prosecution is actually trying to prove that she did it. So the case from the prosecution standpoint is like twofold. They're proving that it was her and what happened and what, all the facts of the case, as if it were a normal crime that was just a regular defendant saying, I'm not guilty, you can't prove it. So they're doing all that work, and then they also have this, they're going to bring in evidence to say, yes, she's sane. And because she's sane and she did all these things, we'd like you to find her guilty. So they're doing both, and that might be adding to the length of the trial. Speaking of which, going through the documents yesterday, looking at all the potential witnesses for this trial, the defense, tell me if I'm reading this wrong, the defense has one, and it's just a doctor. The prosecution has a ton, and it includes Gannon's stepsister and little sister. So both sisters are on the list. The oldest one is an adult now. The youngest one is still not. She's probably, I think she's 11 or 12 now, the youngest one. But they're both on the list as potential witnesses. So that might be difficult, especially for the younger one. But let's see. Long Crime showed the jury today in the breakup revenge murder. Could they lose coverage like Fallow? Morpheus 5. This happened in this trial as well. We have been given a feed that has been set. The boundaries of the camera have been set by the court, and it's managed by the court. And the court gives us authorization. There's a judge's order number 28 in this case, that authorizes people like me to restream and rebroadcast these court feeds with the restriction that we can't show the jury or the. Why cannot think? What was the other restriction? I had a mental block, or the bench conferences. There it was. So we can't show those. We're there just showing the court, and the guy on the camera does a rapid zoom in less than a second. He just zooms out, pans out, it shows the jury, and then he zooms back in. And it happened while the window was small. It was off to the side. It wasn't really focused on them. I don't know if you could go back and pick out identities at all. But it happened. Yes, bench. Thank you so much. It happened. And so, yes, it could be a problem. And honestly, it's a problem for us, because you look what happened with Court TV and the Vallow case. They were violating order and went in too tight on Lori and just were focusing on her. And that ended up getting all the cameras thrown out of the courtroom. In this case, where the court did it, I don't think we're in trouble. But in the law and crime one, I don't know. It depends who owned the camera. They could be sanctioned. They could be kicked out. We might lose access in that court. It's going to be, we'll just have to wait and see. Do you have any idea what day the stepdaughter will take the stand? I don't want to miss that. Jojo, they have not released a schedule for the witnesses. I'd guess that it's probably early in the trial. I don't know. It just depends what sort of questions they want to get, what sort of part of the story they're trying to build using her testimony. In cases like this, I wonder if the person has been evil all along, or if something triggered her, like snapping. If the latter, scary thought, if it could happen to anyone. Yeah, same. It's like, what made somebody go from being like normal, Okay, a teacher, somebody who's an assistant teacher in school and doing everything, just living life like you normally would, to suddenly being here. It did something snap in the brain. Let's see. Is the prosecutor going for death? No, they don't have the death penalty in Colorado that I'm aware of. I believe that was abolished just a few years ago. Let's see. Martha says, back again. Thank you for covering this and being a gentle, caring chat. This is a fantastic group, Martha. Thank you for being part of it. Feels like Court TV pushes their privileges because they know they're top dog, so to speak. No, Ivan, I think Court TV and Law and Crime are trying to do the right thing. They are, because they're covering so many court cases around the country, they hire. Ooh, we've got some video coming in from when? Why is this not working right? Trying to see what. This is an old video. Okay, that's why. Law and Crime started airing yesterday's video. I'm like, why is their video working now? But it's not. Okay. Okay. Let me get this pulled up. We need some music or something while I work. I can't think at the same time as I talk. I don't have that ability, which is why I say some of the things I say. Okay. I don't know why they're airing yesterday's video on their stream, but they are. They say it's today's video, but it's from 23 hours ago. I do think Court TV and Law and Crime are trying to do the right thing, but they hire people from all over the country. They hire crews that may be good at making video, but might not be familiar with courtroom video, and might make mistakes. I mean, those are people who are earning just a few bucks an hour more than fast food, and they might just bump the camera, and suddenly they're in violation. Let's see. We had Meanie Banana call in this morning and just tell us a little bit about the mental health hotline, the 988 number that you can call if you feel you need some help. If things are, if you've got feelings of hurting yourself or someone else. But other than that, we're just getting ready. We've got less than 13 minutes for a trial to start. Waiting for the live feed to come through. Okay. Law and Crime could be fined. They could. What did I miss with the camera? Tish, yesterday, the court here in Colorado panned out. They're using a pan-tilt zoom camera, which is, for those that don't know, it's a little tiny box. There's not a cameraman up there running the camera. He's not aiming it. It's just a little thing. It's either set on a table or it's set on a tripod, and you can remotely, through it, using like a joystick, think of like a game controller, you can like zoom out and pan, tilt, zoom, aim up, down, or whatever. You can look almost anywhere. You've got like 360 degrees. You can turn this camera in circles sometimes, depends on the camera. And someone bumped the control on the camera, and it zoomed all the way out. And all the way out, if you look at the court, if we're looking at the courtroom feed, say if I were to show you Law and Crimes right here, just for a second, the courtroom feed is on the right-hand side. Right in the middle, that middle black line in the center of the screen, they zoomed out far enough that just to the left of that, you have the jury, and it showed the jury. So the court did that yesterday on the live stream, and what can you do? It takes less than a second for them to make that mistake, and then they zoomed back in immediately, but the mistake was made. Has not started yet. You're good. That was just yesterday's live stream that we were looking at. We're waiting for the actual live stream to begin here in just a minute. Let's see. Okay. I have some water. Here's your warning.
I was kick back, taking it easy.
Is not relevant.
All right, there's your warning. That was the water. Okay.
I'm not a camel.
I'm not a camel. James says, I'm on the phone and my wife is on her tablet, but she can't comment or get any perks. What's your wife's username? I will say, and I apologize for this, when chat gets super busy, like really busy, and suddenly a troll slips in, the mods are really good at trying to get them out because they're, they stand out. Like they do. They don't fit in. They're yelling at people and calling people names and talking about weird stuff. And so as they're trying to filter the troll out, occasionally they'll click on the wrong person, and somebody who did absolutely nothing wrong will get put in timeout. If this happens to you, the best way to fix this is contact me on the burner phone, which the burner phone number gets put up on the screen a lot. But anyone, if you know someone in chat, you can ask them what the burner phone number is. But someone can type !burner in chat. And that number will pop up and just say, hey, I'm trying to chat, but I can't see the messages, or it's saying it's not allowed. I can check and make sure you didn't accidentally get put in the timeout bin and fix it. We had a couple that's happened to when it was busy. But there's the burner command. Thank you very much, Pittsburgh Proud, for that. And the response here in just a second is right there with the burner phone number. And that reaches me 24 hours a day. And that way I'll be able to fix it. Because I want you guys to be able to comment, and as long as you're not a troll. I mean, and trolls know who trolls are. But let's see. Trying to catch up. Any reason why this case is 6 to 8 weeks? Probably because of the phone calls, Christy. The phone calls take forever and ever. Let's see. How do you know if you're in timeout? If you try to type something and you hit enter and it doesn't show up on the screen, it's like just gone. It disappears. Or if it gives you an error message saying you're not allowed to chat on this channel or something, that would be it. We rarely put people in the naughty bin. Hey, look who this is.
Call from
You're talking about stuff.
Rosie from Tucson. To accept.
Rosie, good morning to you. How are you doing?
Good morning. I am so late today. I am so sorry.
Oh, do you know what you missed?
But you got my little package, I noticed.
Yes, you missed me wearing the whole costume. Thank you so much.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I went to the very beginning, and I saw it, and oh, my God, you look so handsome. You're handsome anyway.
Oh, Rosie, thank you so much. Honestly, my kids are going to have
You're
a
welcome.
kick out of that. It is a fun little outfit. A little too small for me.
I had a feeling.
But
no,
but
I noticed.
But it was awesome. Thank you so much for sending that. The kids are dying to wear it. My daughter's like, can I wear the wig? I'm like, let me wear it first because I don't want it to be broken before he can show it off. But they're going to have a blast with that. So
I think it's hysterical. I'll tell you what it is. It's not a Ben Franklin. It looks like it might be a Ben Franklin, but it's actually the courts that they have in Great Britain, right?
Yes.
So the UK, that's what they wear.
Yes.
And so when the lady, I guess it was one of the ladies from the UK that said, it was the last trial, she said, it would be a hoot if you could look like one of the UK attorneys. And that gave me a thought. I thought, oh, my gosh, I'm going to get him that for when he's really serious in a case. And then you can wear that and kind of, I think it's making the audience crazy. I would just love to have everybody have a happy day, a beautiful day today. I know there are people that are not feeling well today, that are sick, that have had, loved ones pass. And I mean, that might put a little smile on their face. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted somebody to, enjoy their day.
Rosie, it definitely did. Thank you so much. It was
You're
wonderful. It was a great
welcome.
way to start the day. It will be hard later on today, so we can look back on that and when we're sitting through the difficult testimony. But thank you so much. We're going to get started here in just a little
You're
bit.
welcome,
But thanks
honey.
for calling in.
All right, honey.
All right.
Just cheers to everybody, and I love you all, and God bless you all.
Cheers
okay,
to you as well.
Sweetie.
Ta-ta. Bye.
Okay, honey. Bye-bye.
Rosie's awesome. She also sent us the pickle, the yodeling pickle, which is just a fun little thing to have. Okay. Can any of our UK friends explain why they wear the wigs and such? I've always thought because it's very proper. I mean, it's tradition, but you know, when you're dressed up like that, you behave the part, or usually. Let's see. I have to rewind to see that. No. There's nothing. You didn't miss anything. You're good. Let it be summer. Dodie rewound. Cheers to all. Yodeling pickle should be used during the yada yada yada. I would, but as painful as it is, I really think it's important that we get to hear the testimony. When there's information, I want to hear as much of that as possible. I try not to talk over it. Occasionally, I'll make a little tiny comment, but I want everyone to be able to listen and make up their own mind, because we're like the jury, right? We're getting evidence presented to us. We want to hear it and analyze it ourselves. If I was telling you what everything meant, it wouldn't give you a chance to weigh it and maybe come to a different conclusion. So that's what I like to do, and then I'll follow in chat, and I'll put your comments up during everything. So comments go all the time. I love those as you guys listen and have impressions about things. And besides that, why do they sit in a smaller room and scream at each other? That's part of the job, I guess, as being a barrister. Is that it, or is that a barista? Which one serves the drinks and which one makes the laws? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, we've got a couple. How wild is that probable cause affidavit? It is crazy. Amber, I'm gonna read that tonight and probably highlight some bits and go over it and just we'll share some of it tomorrow before the live stream starts, before court starts. Lindsay, that was to Amber. Lindsay says, oh my goodness, Rosie sent that. What a gem. I'd love to have you as an aunt or a grandmother to Rosie. No, I don't make a very good aunt or grandmother. Your family, friends, and us are lucky to have you. She's amazing. Great supporter of the channel. Thank you very much, Rosie. And thank you. Congratulations on 2 months, Lindsay. I think you're on month 3 there with that green courthouse. Thank you. Briz Eagle says, hi, I'm a new viewer from Thailand. I like what I hear so far. Thanks for your work. Appreciate it. Thanks for connecting from across the globe. Love to hear what you think about what's happening. No court tomorrow. Yes, Gail Pett. They take Thursdays off, and I still don't know why. I'm super curious. But a Thursday off and then work Friday. I personally, if I had my pick, I'd say take Friday off and have a long weekend, but they do the Thursday off thing, and we'll comply with that. So, so tomorrow we're going to do the affidavit. Probably not the whole thing. It depends. I might skip some parts if I don't know how to handle some things. Honestly, I'm not a professional at this, and there's some things that I don't know how to talk about. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Actually, I need to make one quick check while we're waiting here. Let's get back down to Florida. Okay. Hey, Mrs. R.A., how you doing? Okay. Hold on just 1 second. Well, we're going to play some music. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Good to go? All right. You good, Jessica? All right. Court will call 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury is not present in the courtroom. I've received a question from one of the jurors that is directed to me, and I will read it to the lawyers. You can think about a response, but it says, I have observed the defendant I think it's mouthing. I have observed the defendant mouthing occasional words or physical gestures like agreeing or disagreeing. Do we ignore this behavior? My initial thought, and I've had this question come up before in various different cases, and my initial thought is to tell them that the only evidence that they are to consider is the evidence that comes from the witness stand. We don't have to answer it right away, so you can think about it or tell me what your thoughts are now.
Well, I do want to think about it more, but I actually don't think that's 100% accurate.
Okay, Mr. Tellini?
And I'm just, again, I know, this is just off the top of my head, I know there is case law regarding like forced medications, people with insanity pleas, and part of the reasoning against it is because the observations by the jury of the defendant can be important for that determination. And so if I could just have over lunch to look at it.
Oh yeah, no.
Because like I said, I think that observations of the defendant may be something that I don't want to issue something. I just want to do some research on that.
And I think that's fair. I've had this issue come up before with probably a half a dozen times, and because of various different behaviors of defendants at various different times, and I've not had a question about it. I did have an attorney one time ask me to give an instruction that it is something that they can consider, and I denied doing that, and I was upheld on that. But it's something to think about. I don't think it's anything that we have to give an answer to right now. So, then where are we starting this morning, Mr. Allen?
We're just picking back up with Mr. Stauch and listening to those phone calls that we talked about yesterday.
So we're going to finish the phone calls before you call the other people that you had discussed yesterday. Okay, that's fine. Ms. Gratiano?
There are a number of stipulations that I'd like.
Go ahead.
Parties have stipulated to include admission of evidence sent from Florida via fax to El Paso.
Oh, all right. Okay.
As well as GPS data from a budget van rental that is stipulated by the parties, including AT&T record custodian for all relevant AT&T.
So it's not just some AT&T, it's all AT&T.
That stipulated all relevant AT&T phones.
Okay.
Particular numbers.
Okay.
Additionally, Verizon records, custodian of all relevant Verizon phones. Parties have stipulated to those numbers and the records that are associated with them.
All right.
As well as American Express financial records. Records SAA. So the particular stipulations between parties. I will also put on the record, Your Honor, that the people did file notice self-authenticating that.
Okay. And I assume that when we get to whatever exhibit numbers those have to deal with, it's going to be, we're still going to go through the same foundational elements for admission of those exhibits. And then it will just be that this part is, sounds like it's what you're really stipulating to is records custodian type issues. And so, but you still have to lay the foundation for that it is a business record or something like that. Do I have that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Tellini, do you agree?
I do.
Okay. So we'll take these up, I guess, as they, looks like it's primarily going to relate to phones and phone messages. So we'll take these up as we get to the exhibits and deal with it then, I suppose. Is there anything else that we need to address at this point in time? Prosecution?
Yeah, Judge, thank you. You had asked us to give you heads up when we're going to get to some sensitive photos.
Yeah.
When we get to Detective Yoder and Macon Ponder, there will be some photos of the discovery of the suitcase in Florida, which will also include some photos of Gannon's remains, just so you're aware.
So that's Detective Yoder and what was the other one?
And then Macon Ponder.
Macon Ponder?
That's right.
Is that going to be today?
Those are the two people that we anticipate, depending on how long Mr. Stauch takes today, that we would get to at some point.
Oh, these are the two people from Florida?
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. Is there anything else that we need to address? Prosecution?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring the jury in. Yeah, we're good. The lectern's on, but all the other ones are off. Right. All rise for the jury, please. Thank you. You may all be seated. Court will recall 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury has returned to the courtroom. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. We're going to start the day the same way that we did yesterday, and that is with the same question. Has anything occurred since we were last together that causes any of you to believe you could not continue to serve as a fair and impartial juror in this case? If so, please raise your hand. No response. All right. Yesterday, when we took our break, we were in the midst of some recorded phone calls. I think that's where we're resuming today with that. Mr. Allen?
Judge, I assume that we should probably bring Mr. Stauch back up and then start the next call, and then he can step back down again if that's okay with you.
They've all been admitted. It's up to you. If
you're fine with me just playing it, we can just jump into it.
If there are different voices that he has to identify, then maybe you need his testimony. If not, it's up to you.
Okay, well, let's just jump into it. So this will be, just for record purposes, People's Exhibit number 36, which is another recorded phone call from February 15th, 2020 at 10:58 a.m.
All right, thank you.
Go for it. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, what's wrong?
Tired of crying.
Hmm?
I'm tired of crying.
Well, happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where's Lena?
Lena's at school right now. So. Why, what's up?
I can't ask you where our kids are at.
Yeah, I think that's a fair question. Where's Harley at?
She had to go to the doctor last night because I have bad chest pains and the recruiter. She was 12 pounds underweight.
What hospital did she go to?
Because the store could be listening and know where we're at.
Tisha, No,
I don't know. You talk crap about me. You treated me wrong.
Where did I talk crap about you? I haven't said nothing to nobody.
Charles in your school are posting all this stuff, messages you sent me about how horrible of a person I was.
When did these messages come from? Years ago, maybe?
I don't know when.
But you know what?
Posting them to everybody.
But what have I always said about social media? I don't give a crap what people say. People are just looking for a headline, okay?
I'm tired of doing this, Albert. You should have talked to me about all the other stuff. I'm not.
Oh, what other stuff, Tisha?
I've asked you for help. I said, hey, me and Harley needed something. I've asked you for help. You turned me down. You know good and well. Anytime you've ever needed help, I've been there for you.
Tisha, let's walk back through this now, just to be straight up, okay? You took over $2,000 out of the bank account at the beginning of the month, and I didn't say a word to you about it, okay? All right, that's like 1/3 of what I get every month. So you got 1/3 of my monthly income. All right, so that being said, I've also offered help and safety and teamwork the whole time, and you guys decided to, step out on your own. And I haven't bothered you, but I've never looked back in there. I've never told you no for anything. And I've been.
Well, first of all, I didn't pay $2,000. It was $1,500 because I had to have a place to stay. When I kept begging you and asking that people should not have been in the home.
Okay, well, hold on.
It should have been nobody but your family.
You're right.
My family in your home.
Okay, I understand your opinion. So I want to clarify because you took, however much, I'm not going to fight over the dollar amount. You took over $1,500 in that one lump sum, not to mention the other ones, but that one lump sum you did take $1,500 and some dollars, and you can't get. But you've told me from like almost the first minute you don't have a place to stay. So do you or don't you?
It was It cost $125 a night for a hotel, and then I had to pay a pet fee. Add that up, how many nights I get. Plus we had to have food. We didn't have a way around. We had to Uber. Add that up.
Were you Ubering yesterday when we were talking? Because I heard you get in and out of a car. I'm just trying to piece all this together, Tisha. I don't know what's going on. I've heard so many stories here. I'm just trying to, as I've always said, I'm just trying to find the truth, and I keep getting a different version of it.
There's this little guy that stays at the hotel. He has an old white car, and he let me drive it to the store. You know how bad it is for me to ask somebody to drive their car to the store?
And in this effort to help you, that I've been trying to do, you won't tell me where you're staying.
Because you're not on my side.
But you're not. You're
on my side if you're talking crap about me.
Teacher.
You're not on my side if I call you and I try to talk to you, and you can't talk to me for being around other people. That's not my side.
But you got to understand what I'm going through. I don't know what the hell's going on minute to minute. I don't know who's on whose side. All I'm focused on is Gannon. And I don't want obviously people, you see it on the social media, people are not happy with you. I don't know why. I don't know what reason they have or don't have. But I can't sit here and be talking to you, my wife, in front of all these other people and then, go through all the cussing and yelling and screaming and the drama. So I'm trying to respect you as well. And I need that in return. I need you to respect me too. And that, but no.
I've talk crap about you.
Okay, I've heard that you have not really said anything about me per se directly. Okay, but you did release some of those documents, or however they got out there. They're out there. Okay, but what I need you to do, you talk about respect. That's one of the most important things to me in my life is you respecting me, and you can respect me with the truth. And that's the bottom line. We have options to work through all this other stuff, all this other drama that's going on, but the truth is really at the options don't come into play until I get the truth, okay? That's absolutely, and I know you're not going to like this, but that's a line in the sand that I'm not crossing. Okay.
You already kicked me off my own car insurance and wouldn't even tell me.
That's not true.
My car, you kicked
not true.
me off of there.
That's not true, Tisha. You got an email. You got email notification the same minute I did, so you got notified. Absolutely.
Why did you not talk to me about this?
Well, on February 8th, I didn't get any kind of confirmation that 2 of my vehicles were deleted, and there's no one else that has access but you. Okay, so you tell me what the truth is.
No, they were all getting put in storage. So if it was done wrong, then that wasn't on purpose.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not the insurance is not a point of argument to me. You have every right to call them back and put your, just like I did.
No. Right. No. They said to me, you have me listed as ex-spouse, so I had to be on a separate policy.
Well, exactly. Okay, because that's where we're at right now. That's the line in the sand. Okay, the line in the sand is we have a gap between us right now. Okay, absolutely. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because I don't sugarcoat it with you. Okay, we have a gap between us. You can put a label on it however you want to, but that gap there's no closing that gap. There's no initiating options or anything until we get to the truth. And I really feel deep down in my heart that we can work on this together. We do have options, but I think your list you sent to me is a great starting place. I think that is excellent that you're willing to at least talk about what options we have.
Did you talk to an attorney?
Huh?
Did you talk to an attorney and file for divorce?
I have not filed anything yet. And the fact that I'll tell you the answer to that, okay? But the fact that you are reaching out to me like that, the way you did, say, like, did you go to this attorney and file this? That means you don't trust me. You don't have respect for me, and you got somebody watching me. Tell me the truth.
Well, I did, and someone told me.
Who told you?
Do you not think it's all online in the social media that you told someone that and someone posted it?
Who posted it? Because I haven't told anybody anything about that.
Well, someone knows because it's online, just like it's online about some girl talking junk about her best friend, and she's best friends with your sister, and that's what she said. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but once again, well, yeah, you're right. I fully agree with you. Once again, that's why I've told you forever that I don't get into that crap, because it's just you're getting torn every direction by people's stupidity. Okay. So, anyways, let's not worry about that. About how you know what you know. Okay.
Go ahead. The basic thing is, I reached out to that lady. She doesn't write me back. This is how I've been treated. I've been treated like a criminal when I told them exactly that Gannon left with someone.
Which lady? What lady are you talking about? The Amber lady?
No, Bethel, because she's the lead investigator.
That's the That's the blonde lady from Starbucks? The blonde lady from Starbucks?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
The investigator.
Okay, all right, I got you. Well, I mean,
In contact with her.
not since that first day. I mean, that first day when I told you I met with Mark for like, I don't know, 6-7 hours, and then she jumped in for like 20-30 minutes, or whatever that night, the day I got there, that Tuesday. Since then, and since we met her, and then she asked me a few questions, I really haven't had any interaction with her. So I've been dealing only with Mark. He's been my.
Why did you leave that day and not talk to me and go on my call?
Leave what day?
When you first talked to them that night and you were going to pick up people from the airport, why did you leave and not talk to me?
I'll give you the straight up honest truth right now, because at that point in the situation, and we're at the same point now, unfortunately, 3 weeks later, at that point, I was not getting the whole truth. Okay? And I'm not going to argue with you about that, because that's absolutely spot on, okay?
From me. You leave from me. Everything's fine. And you just happen to get there and then you feel like you're not getting the truth.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because there were some things that I was looking into on my own, which I've basically been doing for 3 weeks now, trying to sort through this on my own, that weren't making sense and weren't adding up. Okay, and just like where we're at now, yesterday, thank you for talking so long and walking me through your timeline, but even yesterday when we were talking, a lot of it wasn't adding up, and it still isn't. Like, there's 3 or 4 different versions of the Mexican guy now. He's Uncle Matt. First he was Mexican or whatever. I don't want to argue.
I said he asked me, did he know Uncle Matt?
Yeah.
I said he wasn't Uncle Matt.
Fine. And I'm not arguing about that. I'm just telling you, these are red flags. You know how I am. When I see red flags, you got to convince me that the truth is what it is. Okay, so I'm sitting here last night on my bed freaking out because I feel like some of that was the truth, but then some of it still was, a different version of the same story again. So what I really want to get to.
Ask me, did I kill Gannon? That hurt.
It hurt me to ask it because you're my wife, and first thing I started with today was Happy Valentine's Day. That should tell you how I feel about you. Okay. But
I need you to be here with me to support it.
I am. I'm right. I'm right here. I'm right here.
I'm begging you. If they give me immunity, I will help.
Okay, but here.
But I can't get in trouble for it.
Okay, well, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to I'm not. You have the legal background. Okay, I don't have that knowledge. All I have is my recruiting time and the other stuff I've done. So you need to help me understand what you're trying to get. I don't understand what that means.
Immunity, okay? Do you know what immunity is?
Other than what I've seen on TV shows, I don't know. I need you to help me. That's what I'm trying to. Help me to get you to that point. Hello?
Immunity is they're going to grant, as a judge, that I would not be charged anything in this because I didn't have anything to do with it. In return, that I will testify and I will give them the information of who I did and I will testify against them.
Okay, so you're saying, so I'm going to walk back through this so I understand clearly what you're saying. So there's no ambiguity or unknowns here. So you're saying you somehow know where Gannon is or who has him or how he got him or something like that?
Ho, D. That's why you're not going to put words in my mouth.
I'm trying to understand, Tisha. Explain to me, okay? Walk me through it so I understand what you're saying. No, why would I record you? This is me and you. Why would I say Happy Valentine's Day on a recording? That's something personal between us.
It's just you and me on this phone call and in your room.
Absolutely. Okay.
Immunity is where I'm telling you, I told you the truth about who took Gannon. There's more details about how that went on. There's more details that I can't discuss that would incriminate myself because they're going to say, why did you say this? But he has all our information. He was starting to go to work and get massaged and have these people go there. If I did not if I said anything in the meeting with the cops. I was late to the meeting. But I need immunity.
So you.
Against him.
So why? What I don't understand is why, babe. Why is this not something you would tell me from the get-go? I just.
Everything. Everybody's gonna kill my daughter, and everyone's gonna kill me. They knew where you were at. Everybody. They would do everything.
Yeah, but Tisha, look at what you. Look at what you just said. But Tisha,
What?
I'm trying to understand.
The only thing is surprising you. I need immunity, please.
If you were. No, why would I record you? What I'm trying to figure out is why your first thought. Your first thought is what they may do to you and Harley, but something was already done to Gannon, and we're not worried about that. That should be the priority.
They do to me and Harley. It was also Lena. She was there too.
So the guy was there and was threatening you in the moment?
The guy was there when the police was there.
The guy was still there when the police searched the home?
Yes! Yes!
Where was he at? Where was he at when they searched our house?
Can't tell anything until I get immunity.
Well, babe, I can't promise you immunity. I can't give that to you. But I mean,
you can ask.
I mean, yes, I can reach out to Mark and let him know that's what you're looking for and that you're willing to work with somebody. And you can also tell, what's her name again? Bethel. You can tell Bethel. Just saying.
She won't like that.
Okay, but you got to.
They're going to treat me like a criminal. No, I'm not a criminal. I don't kill people.
Okay, I've never said you did. You're tired of what?
I get that. I had got it yesterday from him. Yesterday I got a message.
Well, did you send that to anybody?
What?
Where's the message? Can you send me the message so I can see it? Just if you email it to me or email it or text it to me so I can see it.
I need immunity. They're going to try to incriminate me.
Tisha, Tisha, who is this? Who is the person? Do I know this guy?
Do you understand?
Is he there? Is he there with you? What?
Listen to me. He told us to get a big reward now. I'll get back and get a big reward. I can't.
So I heard there's a reward coming out. That somebody said that the neighborhood's trying to do a reward.
You and Mike.
So what? But what happened with the bike situation? I don't think we ever.
You don't get immunity.
Okay, well, I told you I cannot promise that. Okay, that's not something I can promise you. I can promise you help or, whatever, but I can't promise immunity. That's something that the investigators got to reach back out to you.
They're on your side, and this is where you can go to them, and you can say, I know, my wife wants to know, she is breaking down, and she's telling the truth.
Yes, I can advocate for you. I can give an opinion, but but listen. What I don't understand is you're treating me like a the prosecutor here. Okay, you're treating me like I'm in court or the law, not like I'm our son's father. Okay, but
you get out there and you actually do it. I genuinely don't know. I can't even go anywhere because they think I'm going to tell. They're release the reward. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to stop around me. They're not going to stop anything. It's over.
I do too. But teach.
I'm wrong. Please, what can I do? Please, what can I do?
Here's what I need you to do for me. Okay, I understand and I respect that you don't feel safe telling me certain things. Okay, I'm not going to press you on certain things, but I need to know something about my son. I need to know something about Gannon. Do you know if he's safe? Do you know? I mean, I asked you some questions yesterday, and I had to ask those questions because that's been on my mind since day one. But is he safe? Where is he at? Do you have anything?
And if I kill Gannon, really?
Yes, I had to ask that because there was. Well, I would never not tell you the truth over and over and over again. So.
Your life, everybody else's life. You're terrified. You don't know what to do. You're scared to death. You don't know how you would act.
Teacher.
Because people are going to say, why did you do this? Why did you do that?
Listen. What about the? What about this? I'm trying to think of any way to cue the police to offer you immunity if they can. Okay, I'm trying to find a way to get them alerted to you might have some information. What if you told me just one key thing and I just called in on the tip line or something? No, because it'll be anonymous. But they won't ever know because I'll do it. I'll be just some man calling in an anonymous tip. And I mean, the key here is to get Gannon in the investigation and then protect you if they're able. But why won't they? Who is they? Why won't they budge? What is it about the money that's the key?
Because they keep asking. I got messages. They're going to be on board. You better not say anything. I know you got to that. They got my mom. I
Tisha, listen. Despite how this has gone, you know for a fact you could always trust me, okay? I know you may be worried about your name getting out there from this information. I don't want anything to do with the media. I don't want anything to do with Facebook or social media or anything, okay? You know, because I've absolutely been off of that. That's why I'm saying I can give the anonymous tip if you just tell me something that'll help in the investigation, okay? That's the no.
The police came.
Okay.
The police came. He was in the house.
Where was he at in the house?
I didn't know at the time. I thought they were going to find him because the guy was like, "Can we please search the house?" And I said, "Sure."
Okay.
Terrified, which is why I sent Lena and Harley to Dollar Store and all these places because I thought Gannon was hiding too.
Okay, so you thought so the guy was in the house and you thought Gannon was hiding, so he hadn't taken Gannon yet at that point?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, that's huge. That's huge because now we can look at different camera time frames and all that, and we can look at different angles. Okay, that's huge that he was still in the house, and so that would have been police got there at what like?
Like that. I'm not making this up.
I'm not. No, I know. I'm trying to sort through this again. I'm trying to get you to this point to where
Not anymore because they'll try to incriminate me for this. I need immunity.
I think they give it to you because this is big that he was there and they missed it. Because then they're going to want to cover their shit for not finding him. I can't hear you. What? You did what? You did what? Oh, you said what? What did you do?
I tried to point to the cops and hey, check this area. Hey, check this area. I was even trying to show them any other extra areas that I saw. I said I didn't know if Gannon was with him or I didn't know if Gannon was hiding. I didn't know at that point.
Okay, but then you figured out. How'd you figure out he wasn't by himself?
I'm not. That was anything else before get immunity.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to put all this together. You said you pointed them in the direction, but where in the storage room were you?
Directions. I said I was just giving all the big areas of the house.
I got you. So you told them storage room?
I walked to the storage room when the guy was in there. I was trying to tell him, hey, check behind boxes and all this stuff.
Okay, so...
Yes. I didn't want to make it think it'd be idea. They were hurting before the cops hurt him.
Okay, so what happened next? So the cops searched and missed it, or what? Tell me what... I'm trying to figure out what happened now. What you're telling me, okay? What happened after they didn't find him?
I'm not saying anything else. I was just trying to plot this whole thing.
No, I'm trying to get some key breaking information that I can give an anonymous tip like I told you, okay? That's what I want to do. That's how...
Anonymous tip. Never mind. You're not trying to help.
I am trying.
He is not trying to help. No, he's not. He's not trying to help.
I am. So what you said was Gannon. You thought Gannon was hiding. Is that right?
I didn't know if he was hiding Quincy. The guy had him, or if he was hiding myself. That's why I was scared to keep. If I would have left him a note, be like, please check out. He's fine. I didn't know if they had went out the back door. I didn't know where he was at the time. I know he was there. I thought they were gone. And after I waited the 4 hours, kept walking, checking myself, I realized I couldn't go back and get to the car because the car was in there. That's why I hate myself. But I couldn't get your big gun to work.
So let me back up. So when you let the cops in the door, wherever you last saw Gannon, you left him somewhere, or you thought he was safe?
Yeah.
Like you thought he was safe hiding, or you thought he was with the other person, or what?
When I woke up, Albert, and I hit my head. I didn't know what they are. I already told you this story. I waited. I was like, I thought Gannon was hiding somewhere. And I was scared to come out. When the police got there, he would come out. Even when I called for him, I thought maybe he was come out and get the police.
Do you think he might have crawled in one of the totes or something, or maybe the box? Because
after the police left, he was doing it.
The guy or Gannon?
The guy was at first, and I said, I thought he was back to the way I was telling him to shut the door and don't come out.
What, did they already come back from?
I was just trying to get your gun to work. I couldn't find any bullets for the shotgun.
But so, you said my gun? You trying to get my gun to work? Tisha, calm down for a second. You said try to get my gun to work? I thought the guy had my gun. Oh, that one. Okay. So you put Harley and Lena in our room? Tisha, is that what you said? You put. So you already had the assault rifle out of the closet at this point? And you can't.
I just couldn't get it to work.
Okay, I know you always had trouble getting that thing to pull it back and get it loaded and all that, so that makes sense. So, you're not going to what? How is this, what is key about this that I can call an anonymous tip that helps me find Gannon?
You can call in and get the immunity. I can give you the guy's ID. I can ID him in a lineup. I can give you his name.
Tisha, you know I can't promise you anything. I'm not the police or the judge. I can't promise you immunity. I can put you in contact with them, and I've done that.
Please call me back, please. Call me back.
I will. I'll get as soon as we get done talking in a little while. I'll get on the phone with Mark and tell him to tell that lady to call you back and quit stalling or whatever she's doing. I don't know what the hell's going on, but Mark will get on it. He's always been.
You can call me and tell me. I will ID him. I will shame him. He lied about his name. I found a piece of paper. And I saw the ID we're trying to get the bike.
Right, Tisha. Listen, I there's something that I can you can give me that can help fix this right now. Okay, I don't know if you're willing to. I hope you are, but if you give me the name of the person, if I know this person, that I can fix it right now. Okay, I guarantee you, I can. Yeah, I'm not gonna I can't. Well, who is it so I can tell them who to be looking for to protect you? I can promise you that. Tisha, I can't promise you that. I know they will work with you, okay? I know they will. But I just need the person's name so I can get Mark and tell them to go find this person.
I hear people in the background.
There's nobody here. I just need to know this person's name because if it's Travis or somebody related to Chance or somebody. Is it Travis? Because I know you said he was abusive.
They're going to try to incriminate me.
No, they're not. I don't know. I can't promise you anything. Listen, I will fight for you and fight with you if you're not involved in this and you give me this name. Is it Travis? Listen, I'm gonna text. I'm gonna text Mark right now, so you can hear me text Mark, okay? Because you can hear the little keystrokes. I'm gonna tell him as we're talking, so we can get this ball rolling. To.
Listening to me, I hear.
Nobody. That's me texting Mark right now to tell him to get Bethel to call you.
I hear somebody hollering.
Nobody's crying or hollering. Just like the other day when you said that, nobody's here. I'm standing here trying to figure this out and get a name.
Where's everybody else at?
What, like Uncle Jeff? He's getting on a plane and Landon and Aunt Veronica, they hit the road back to Dallas. And I think they're going to take Landon for the weekend because it's a 4-day weekend. So I'm here by myself, like I told you. They're getting Lena after lunch because she had a little lunch program going on. Okay, but that only matters if we can get this ball rolling. You could tell me this name, and then you can reach out to the police for immunity or help or whatever they can offer you, okay?
Tell me anything so I get immunity. They're not tricking me. They took everything I have. These people know where I'm at. They're in a gang. I will not.
What kind of gang are they in?
I don't know.
Oh, Tisha. Well, what happened that ruined that? I know that's another part I don't understand. Because what? Tisha, so this guy, I know you're trying not to tell me his name, but After the police left, remind me, I don't remember. I know Harley and Lena went out to look. Did you go look for Gannon? You knew the guy was in there, or you didn't, or what did you do after the police left? Tisha, did this guy kill Gannon? Did he kill him in the house, or did he kill him or hurt him? What happened? It's my son, and I need to know this. No, Tisha, not you. I'm not you. I trust you. I asked you that yesterday, and I trust what you're saying. I asked you, did this guy hurt Gannon, or did he kill Gannon in the house, or do you know if he killed Gannon or not? Tisha, I've explained to you, I can't give you immunity. I'm your husband. I'm not the police or the judge.
I'll be back when you can figure out and I can grant the immunity, because this truth ain't going to stop. It's going to keep going. And he's crazy.
Tisha, there's only one way for this to stop, and that's for me to get the information to them, okay, through an anonymous tip, like I said. But I don't have any information to give them. Did this?
Yes, I'm trying to tell you. Hey, this person, this person.
Yeah, and Tisha, I'm trying to fight for you here, okay? I made it clear I don't have the power to give you immunity. I have the power to help you.
Wait, call me back whenever you can.
Tisha, they're not gonna listen to me, okay? They're absolutely gonna call me foolish. I am trying to help you. They're gonna look at me like a fool. Tisha, I can't hear you.
You're not helping me, Albert.
I'm trying to.
Someone killed somebody. I don't know if anyone killed anyone.
What then? What do you know? What's the guy's name? I gotta know the guy's name, Tisha. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to help you, but you're not freaking letting me help you, okay? All right, shut up.
Well,
Mr. Allen.
Yeah, so we would just want to have Mr. Stauch come back on the stand and ask him some follow-up questions, Judge.
Okay, all right. Mr. Stauch, if you would resume your seat in the witness stand, I remind you, sir, that you're still under oath.
Good morning, Mr. Stauch. How are you doing today?
Morning.
So at the very beginning of that call, you told the defendant Happy Valentine's Day. Did this call actually occur on Valentine's Day?
I believe so. If I would have said that, I don't know the date you quoted when we started, but
okay. The date of the call was February 14th of 2020.
So absolutely then.
There's a question in that beginning portion where the defendant was asking you questions about where you were and where Lena was, and then you responded with, "Where's Harley?" Similar to the phone call that we talked about yesterday, at this time of this call, did you know where the defendant was anywhere?
I did not, nor did I know where Harley was.
When the defendant started making statements about the guy was in the house when the police came, in your mind, was she referencing when the police first responded to your house at 6627 Mandan Drive?
That's what I assumed she was referring to, yes.
Did you have any independent knowledge of them finding a man in the house when they responded on that day?
I did not, no, sir.
You, in that phone call, you also pressed multiple times for getting names or trying to figure out a way to identify a guy that she's talking about at the beginning, did she ever give you a name or any identifying features of this person?
Not in that phone call. No, sir.
And then later on in the phone call, it changes into there's a gang that's involved. Did she give you any idea of who this gang might be?
I don't remember ever getting that information. No, sir.
Ever?
I don't believe so.
Okay. In a big chunk of that phone call, obviously no way to know because you're not in the same room with the defendant, but did it sound like the defendant was crying to you?
Based on previous experience with her, there was times when I assumed yes, she was crying, and there was times when I assumed it was fake crying as well, or fake emotions in that phone call. Yes.
In that phone call.
In that specific one, yes.
So in your mind, you were thinking that some was potentially real and some was potentially fake.
Yes, sir.
In your mind, did you think that she was trying to manipulate you in the course of the investigation?
Objection calls for speculation. Overruled.
Yes, sir.
One of the questions that you asked the defendant very specifically was whether she knows Gannon is safe. Do you remember that question?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever get an answer from her on that question?
No, sir.
You mentioned in the phone call too about you're going to give information to the detectives so they'll quit stalling. Similar to the phone call yesterday, were you actually with law enforcement when this call occurred?
I was.
And they were listening?
Yes, sir.
Was you saying, hoping that they would quit stalling, I guess, was that a tactic to keep her talking?
Absolutely.
Two names that you gave in that phone call were Travis and Chance. Who are those people just in general?
Travis would have been an ex-boyfriend of the defendant, and Chance would have been an ex-husband of the defendant, also Harley's father.
Did you ever have any indication that either one of those two names were involved in Gannon's disappearance?
No, sir. Chance was deceased by that point, and no indication of Travis either at all.
Okay. In relation to that that gang reference, was there ever a gang that was after you and your family?
Not to my knowledge.
And then similar questions to what I asked you yesterday, the sound of the defendant's voice in that phone call, was that consistent with her personality as you knew it?
Absolutely.
In this particular phone call, did she ever change personalities to a different personality?
I was talking to the defendant the entire time.
And so never changed voice inflections or
Yes,
anything
sir.
like that? Okay, thank you. So Judge, at this time, we would want to move into playing People's Exhibit 37, which is another recorded phone call on February 14, 2020 at 12:08 p.m. This one's roughly 8.5 minutes long.
All right. Mr. Stauch, you can go ahead and step down.
Yes, sir. Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. Hello?
I said it's a signal.
Okay, well, what? Because you hung up on me and I'm not really feeling this right now, so what? What do you got for me?
I can't help it. Sometimes goes in and out.
Fine, whatever.
You were being all nice, caring, listening, everything. Then all of a sudden you started being hateful.
Yeah, because you got information I need for my son that everybody needs to get this boy back. Okay?
Okay, so now you're saying I got information, but then just a minute ago you told me I made it up and it was a figment of my imagination.
Okay, so it's on you to pick which one it is. It's not on me to sort through it. It's on you to tell me the truth or keep feeding me bullshit.
Beginning. Listen to me.
Yes. No. Let's start over. Let's get a new beginning here. Okay. Let's start over. Because if you keep going back this same path we've been on, I'm just going to keep getting more pissed off and more hurt and more worried about my son because you've told me 17 different stories now. Start over and tell me who the fuck has my boy. Okay? Tell me a name. That's the beginning. I don't care about Saturday. I don't care about Sunday. I don't care about the fucking truck on Monday. I don't care. Who has Gannon? That's what I care about. Who?
Then I want immunity.
What the fuck does that have to do with who has Gannon? I can't give you immunity. You call the police. You do what you got to do to get yourself protected from whatever you're worried about. I mean, it keeps... Anyways, I'm not dealing with that. Okay? The beginning is... Who has Gannon?
Did you even call the guy to ask him about immunity to talk to me, did you?
No, because I figured you'd call me back. I thought you was hanging up with me, call me back. What is he? What can I... I'm not your lawyer. Okay?
But you're my husband.
Right, and I'm telling you right now, you want immunity... You want this fucking immunity because there's no dude. It's all a fucking lie, Tisha. Prove me otherwise. Just like I told you with the rape, I'll get on my knees and beg for forgiveness if it's true. If it really happened. If there is this fucking guy out there, I'll on the media, I'll go out to the world and say I was wrong, my wife was right this whole time. But there's no fucking dude, Tisha. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Yeah, prove me wrong. Was this an accident? Did something happen? Did you accidentally hurt him? Did you give him too much medicine? What happened?
So what do you think happened then? Since you think everything I have to say is wrong, since I offered help, then what do you think happened?
Well, I'm gonna tell you first of all, like I told you already, I was not home. That's what the problem number one. Okay? Something bad happened and I wasn't there to take care of it. All right? So for the rest of my life, no matter what happens, I'm going to blame myself for this because I wasn't there, because I was trying to progress in my career, be successful and all these things. Okay? I just wasn't there. That's number one. That's the first thing that happened. Number two, I mean, you told me a lot of things that happened in like a 12, 13, 24-hour period. You talk about blood, you talk about Gannon's foot, you talk about the burns. All this happened in a short time, and they were all accidents. Nobody's to blame. Okay? Nobody. And you just panicked. Okay? That's what I think. I think all this stuff happened, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe there was a big accident. Gannon took too much medicine, or Gannon hit his head, or Gannon's nose was bleeding, or I don't know. Okay? I'm sitting here trying to make all these theories up, but all these things are running through my head. He hit his head on the ground. He hit his head on the wall. He picked his fingers too much, and he was bleeding. Whatever the truth is, Gannon did something, and it was an accident. And then I just feel like because I wasn't there to keep it all together, you panicked. And then I don't even have a theory on the rest of it. Okay? That's what I think. I think there's absolutely no guy there. And I understand why that would be on your mind. I understand that. Okay? I'm not discounting that or not making you feel bad if that's something you're trying to get through this and you made that up. Okay? You've told nobody that but me. Okay? So if that's not... Okay, screw the police right now. This is me and you. Screw the freaking police. They're not listening anyways. You know that. They're looking all these places, and you know shouldn't be looking there. Okay, so they're not listening to you. I'm listening to you. I just need to know what happened. I gave you my theory up until the one point where you panicked. Okay, whether it was too much blood, Gannon hurt himself, and you didn't know how to handle it, and you didn't want to call me because you were scared I might be upset at you, and I understand that. I understand that you've got this. You want to do so good for the kids and provide for them and food and clothes, and you do a great job at all that stuff. Okay, you do a great job at all that stuff, and I tell you that all the time. And you really want me to feel like you're better than Landon. And I tell you all the time that you are. Okay? I feel like all that factors into this, that something bad happened accidentally. Nobody's fault. Accidents happen. And that's what we would have told Gannon, the candle or whatever it was. Accidents happen. We could get new carpet. We can't get new children though. Okay? I tell you that all the time. We can't replace our children. We can replace clothes and carpet and couches. Who gives a fuck about that stuff? And you know I've told you that. We smash the TV. Who cares about the TV? Okay? An accident happened here of some sort You panicked and freaked out, and then I just need the rest of the story. I just need to know where Gannon is, okay? I just need to know what has happened with Gannon. Is he safe? Is he hurt? Is he alive? Is he somewhere? Okay? I don't want to hear no more about this dude unless you give me a name, okay? So I don't believe it until you give me concrete information. My theory is this. That accident happened. You panicked. Now tell me the rest.
The guy was there, Albert. I'll give you his name. I swear to you.
Give me his
name. When I tell you this part, this is why I want immunity.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay? The whole thing happened. The cops were there. Yada, yada, yada. All that was true. You keep saying I said all these stories. Is not what happened. I really was truly thought that Gannon was going out every day. I had been talking to somebody because he was asking me weird questions or whatever. And this dude trying to get your bike, he followed me. So I get to Petco. That's why I was looking in and out the doors at Petco.
Oh, so you weren't. So it wasn't about Gannon getting out. And I'm not talking junk. Okay.
You jump in there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to understand.
He didn't get out because if someone was following me, I didn't want him to know someone was in the car.
Okay.
Yes, that's why.
Okay.
All I was trying to do was go get you a bike. Then I leave because I was going to go to this place to be looking at free to get a bike, and I realized that this dude was following us again. So I tried to make some turns around Palmer Lake area, in and out of that area up there, which is where they're searching because I'm sure they got my GPS, searching for nothing. And then, when I had to come up the little hump, there's this dude. Well, this dude is in your truck with us.
And just so that I'm clear, Mr. Allen, that was Exhibit 37, right?
37, that's
okay,
right.
All right, go ahead.
Mr. Stauch, can you come back?
Mr. Stauch, I remind you, sir, that you're still under oath.
Mr. Stauch, in that call, you said to the defendant, you want immunity because it's a lie, there's no dude. And then you said, prove me wrong. Did she ever prove you wrong?
No, sir.
You made mention of Gannon did something, an accident, and you panicked. What were you trying to do by saying those things to the defendant?
Trying to, in a way, take the initial blame off of her that and confirm her story about an accident with the candle or whatever she had claimed from the night before or whatever, and give her a freedom to talk about what happened next in her mind.
Basically, give her an out so that you could try to maybe get more information.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Towards the end of that phone call, the defendant made, again, mentions of some anonymous dude in the language that she used. Did she ever give you a name of who this dude was that she was referring to?
Not in this phone call, no, sir.
All right. Was that phone call consistent with her personality?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
During that phone call, did she ever change personalities or talk with any other odd voice inflections?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Judge, at this time, we're going to move on to People's 38, which is a call on February 14th at 12:17 p.m.
All right. Mr. Stauch, you can go ahead and step down. Thank you, sir.
And Judge, this call is about a little over 21 minutes.
All right.
Hello?
What happened?
I was talking away.
Okay.
What did you guys hear?
Something about you were at Petco and then you got in the truck and the guy was there or something?
No. I asked them to go get the footage from outside of Petco.
Okay.
Not just the footage inside Petco. That's the footage we need outside of Petco. Because the guy had followed us to Petco, and as I was pulling off to go to the Palmer Lake area, I was going to go look at the bike, somebody was laying down in the road, acting like they were, I don't know, going to kill themselves or some crap. When I turned around and came back the other way, and this dude gets in the truck with us. I didn't have anything, knives, anything to fight anybody off or anything. I had to go like a normal time. Gannon was crying in the back seat till he threw up. He threw up because he was so scared. He followed us all. He came with us all the way back to the house. Where's the footage showing people getting out of the car? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, who got out of the car?
I mean, I saw you, and then I saw the shadow that somebody was talking about. The only footage I seen is the one that you said the guy got paid for. That's the only one I saw.
Okay, so when you get there, he's still in your car at this time. We all get out. The guy was with us the whole time.
Okay.
The whole entire time. I asked him, what did he want? He could take everything he wants. He could rob us. He could do whatever he fucking wanted. Have it all. There was a struggle. There was everything back and forth. Gannon was asking, did I know his Uncle Matt? Because he was saying, whoever Uncle Matt was, we don't like Uncle Matt. Uncle Matt came in at. Oh, she had something to do with it. Because I was freaking out how he would know someone by this name. I told you this.
Okay.
The guy was there when the police came. I didn't know where Gannon was at. I didn't know if he was hid. I didn't know anything. I just thought I was terrified to say anything because he had the gun. And I was scared. What if he Gannon while I run up there and try to go get help? What if I leave to go get help and he's in here? There was nothing I could do to switch anything. My hands were tied that night. The girls were in the bedroom. My hands were tied to the little board that's on the back. My hands were tied there. Tied completely. Remember those same headphones I had on? I told you I was listening to music? Yeah, I had to do that, and that little bandana that was down there, that's where that came from. I couldn't scream, couldn't get help. Harley and Lena were asleep. It was just terrifying. All I could hear was Gannon screaming. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know anything.
Okay, Tisha, can I ask you a question? Please?
What?
Why would you need immunity for that when the guy he's the perpetrator, not you? Why would you need immunity for this?
Because I didn't tell him.
Because you didn't, okay. Okay, I mean.
I don't know how bad he hurt Gannon. I don't know. There's no accident where I hurt him. There's nothing like that.
We missed you.
Because people keep saying that. No, because he was in Gannon's room. I just kept crying. I tried to fight his dude off. He is Mexican. Or he was mixed with black. Dark. 5'7". I gave him the facial features that was on him. His name.
Okay, hold on. All right, so let me just bear with me here while I sort through this. Okay, so you're at Petco, you pull out, and you're at the stoplight. Dude's laying in the middle of the road, or are you in the parking lot?
I said we drove up to look at the bike for
Oh, so the guy was at Palmer Lake laying in the middle of the road.
He followed us. I made a turn. I thought the turn was going to take me back to 25. Instead, it wraps you back around in a circle to come back the same direction up these hills.
Okay. All right, so, yeah, let's stop for a second because, all right, listen, I'm going to be straight up again because I'm getting frustrated again because this is even more bullshit than the original 17 stories, okay? I mean, no guy fucking jumps in your truck. The car is locked when you're driving unless you stop it, open the doors. Anyway, I'm not going to pick it apart. It's bullshit, okay? Yes.
Oh, God.
Tisha. No, it's not why. I want you to tell me why you panicked. Why?
He's on trial. You can see this.
Why did you panic when the accident happened? When Gannon did whatever he did, I mean, he made a mistake. Whatever happened, why did you panic? After Gannon was hurt, after he hurt himself, after he had an accident, after he banged his head or something, why did you panic?
Panicking. What are you talking about?
So, wait, well, you know what? So back to this Palmer, I'm all over the place here.
Yeah, because you're trying to make it out to be me and it's not me.
No, I'm trying to make it out to be, where's my son, okay? If you were in Palmer Lake and then Douglas County and whatever, you did all these turns and turned around and this guy was out there laying in the road, he got in a truck, why do they have your GPS in your car? You were in my truck.
My phone.
No, but I thought you told me yesterday you left your phone at Petco because you had to go back to get it.
No, that was Gannon's phone. Gannon's phone was left at Petco.
You told me, yes, Tisha, I'm not stupid now. Okay, listen, you know I'm better than that. You told me yesterday, you said it almost verbatim, almost quoting you now. You said I set my phone on the counter, okay, because I had these 2 or 3 doggy sweaters or whatever, okay, and then... No, you told me yesterday it was your phone, and then you said it and you forgot it because you kept going and looking at him to make sure he wasn't getting out the truck. Now it's you. Tisha, but how is it all true when you've told me 7 different versions of the same thing? It can't all be true. He can't be a Mexican named Uncle Matt, lived it, but he wasn't there until he got in the...
See how you keep doing?
No, what I keep doing is not being stupid and letting you get me with bullshit, okay? I need the truth.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Really?
Really. I mean, you can smirk all you want to, you can roll your eyes, you can hit the steering wheel. That doesn't change the fact that you have the truth and I don't. I mean, because, yeah, so yesterday... It wasn't a Mexican. It was the guy riding around in the Aubrey Holmes vehicle or whatever it's called. Okay, and you gave him the garage code, and then he came in.
These things.
But that's what I do understand. You're spinning me in 12 different directions to help.
Immunity because they made me tell all this. If I don't keep saying different things, you get the right person. You don't care about that. You don't care about the bounty if I say anything.
No, Tisha, what I care about is you, and I care about our relationship and that the fact that we're talking together. You're not talking to the police. I'm not making you say anything. Okay, listen. I understand. I understand what you're trying to do. I understand you feel like they're making you all these things, and I understand making you say all these things. Sorry. Okay, and the fact that you're having to say all these different stories because they're pressuring you, and I blame them completely. Okay, I understand that you're just in a bad situation because everybody's after you and you feel attacked and all these things. Okay, I understand that. But if you have any faith or respect in me, you got to understand that, I believe the truth is always easier than having to go 27 different directions, okay? And that's what I'm trying to work out with you here is just the freaking truth.
He hurt. I was tied with my arms.
Okay, well, who is he? Who tied you up? Who did this? You didn't do it. Who did it? Who hurt Gannon? Who has Gannon? Who wants the money? Who hurt you? Who is they? And how did he hurt Gannon? These are the questions I need to know. Who is he and who are they?
He first told me his name was Florida, but it's not. It's Quincy Brown.
Quincy Brown. So,
You've got a new name.
So Quincy Brown is the one who has him. What was he driving when he was following you? What was he driving when he was following you? What? A red car. See, I think that's what I was saying. You're on it. The fact that you know his name, or he said Eduardo, but you found out his name was Quincy Brown, driving a red car. What? Wait, listen. Wait. How did he hurt Gannon, and how bad was Gannon hurt? Say that again. You said. I can't hear you, Tisha. Try to calm down.
When I came out, Gannon was gone. I just could hear him screaming. I couldn't do anything.
So Gannon was screaming, and you heard him. You heard. Right. No, I said heard. I said you heard, like you heard him screaming. The guy heard Gannon. So you know the guy heard him, Quincy Brown. Huh?
Yeah.
Do you know what he hurt him with? Was he hitting him? Was he?
I came back in there. He started taking boxes out.
Okay, so how do you know Quincy Brown? How do you know it was him?
He told me his name was Eduardo, but he came back in there taking boxes out. And I came Quincy Brown. I saw it.
Oh, what boxes was he taking out?
I thought he was going to rob our house and take things.
So he had an ID on, and what did you see anything besides his name, like a company or something?
Quincy Brown. It was his pocket. He had his big baggy pants on, and in his pocket, the paper fell out, and on top of the paper was his ID, and it had his picture, Quincy Brown.
Okay, all right. But what kind of boxes? What boxes was he taking out? Was he out of the storage room? What? I mean, what?
In the storage room.
Oh, you were in the storage.
Do what?
You did. That's the first you told me that you were in the storage room.
He tied me in the storage room, and I put the out. I just did that.
I'm sorry. You were crying and screaming. I couldn't understand that part. So now I know you were tied up. You couldn't do anything because you were screaming, and you had the bandana in your mouth. You were tied up. Is this after the police left and after Gannon and him were in the storage room, or before that, or what?
It was after the police left late that night. I put Harley.
Okay.
I realized that he was still in the house. Harley laying in the room and told him to shut the door and don't come out.
Okay. All right. So what boxes was he taking out of the storage room, or what? Okay, well, you brought that up, so that's huge. I mean, if he's taking boxes, what was in the boxes? I'm just trying to sort through all this, okay? Empty boxes, okay. So back up. Gannon and this Quincy Brown guy, they were in the storage room the whole time, and you were trying to point the police to the storage room?
I never told you that. I said when the cops went to the storage room, I was trying to tell them, hey, there's a bunch of boxes piled up here. I even went to the little Christmas closet and was like, yeah, police look through there really good.
But you did say that they were in there and that you tried to direct them somehow to the storage room. You did say that.
Not what I said. That is not what I said.
Okay, maybe I'm paraphrasing.
Telling him where hiding places were in the storage room.
Then where the fuck were they? It all is relevant. Where were they at? You said earlier you heard him scream from the storage room. Okay? Where were they at?
There was no screaming when the cops were there. What are you talking about?
You know, honestly, I'm kind of getting fed up because you know what? yesterday in the 3 previous versions, okay, it all happened in Gannon's room. Now it all happened in the fucking storage room. Make your mind up. Are you banged your head on Gannon's table. You were raped in Gannon's room. Gannon was beat up. He was high-fiving the guy. He was jumping on him. He was loving him. Uncle Matt, he was a Mexican. It all happened in Gannon's room. Now it happened in the storage room. God damn it, Tisha, make some sense out of this.
That is before the police got there, Albert.
What time did all that happen? What time did that happen?
You asked me about the police got there.
Tisha, to me, this is all bullshit because none of it makes sense. None of the timeline adds up. Every time you tell it to me, there's more and different details.
It's a good thing we can't hear when she yells.
So okay. Yeah, fine.
I have my life on the line.
Go get your fucking immunity. I hope you get it, because I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. I don't want nothing bad to happen to nobody. I want my son back.
I'm trying to help you get him back.
So at what point did you call the police? The guy was with you. He was in the house. He was just letting you call the police? Because you said he was in the truck. Well, you, him, and Gannon were in the truck, come back from wherever the fuck you picked him up on the side of the road, and he just jumped in and said, "Here's a hamburger, take me home," or something, whatever. Okay? Yeah. I'm being a goddamn smartass because this is bullshit. Okay? So you're all in the house and you're just drinking sweet tea, and he's like, "I'm holding you at gunpoint, but go ahead and call the police, please." Right? That's your story. That's your story, Tisha. That's your story. Because initially he was already in the house when you got home with Gannon. That's what you told me initially. I am listening. Okay, so all right, so assume I believe you now. So Quincy Brown is the one holding Gannon for all the money, and you didn't tell me. So now, all this 3 weeks now, you've known who has my son. You've known he's out to get you or after you or whatever, and you think I'm going to be okay with me just finding this out after I've been crying my heart out for 3 weeks now? You think that's cool? Because you're worried about your immunity?
Because I'm worried about my what?
Immunity. That's all you said all day long after yesterday when you told me 7 different stories. Today it's immunity. And now I find about Quincy Brown in a red car with boxes, has my son, and he wants money, and you never told me about it. It's like we're playing fucking Clue here or something. Or Who's Who. And yes, I'm being a smartass because I'm tired of this shit.
I don't want nothing but my family and everything and Gannon to be there. I begged you to help me for days. I could tell you this. I begged you. But you would never have to not be around everybody and call me. Never.
You know, it's funny. I'm going to stop you right there because it's funny. You started that statement again with, "I just want my family and Gannon." So that's why you keep saying shit like that. No, Gannon is part of your family. He's not an and, he's part of it. That's why I don't believe that shit, because you keep saying that. Go ahead.
I am agreeing to testify against this. I am agreeing to even myself to walk out wherever money, risking a chance to fucking shoot me just to get Gannon.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, listen, I know enough about immunity that you're not going to get immunity if you keep lying about this fucking Quincy guy. There's no fucking Quincy guy. There's no Eduardo. There's no Uncle Matt. There's nobody.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, whatever me all you want to, but there's no fucking Quincy. Yeah. Should have freaking told me about Quincy Brown from the get-go. That's why there's no fucking Quincy Brown.
Really?
Yeah, really, Tisha. Yeah, this is just blowing my mind here that you sit here and you want to be a family, the 4 of us in Gannon, like you say. You want us to get back together and be all intimate and, blah, 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 blah. But you keep fucking lying to me. 5 years of lies, and now my son's gone. Where is Gannon, Tisha?
Quincy, that's who took him.
Where the fuck is Gannon, Tisha?
Quincy Brown.
Where? Where's Quincy Brown? He's obviously, you know something about him. Is he in town? Are you in town? Is Gannon in town? Who's anywhere? Nobody knows where anybody is except for you.
Earlier, you wanted to help. You wanted to listen so we could go have him arrested. But now you don't have any interest in that.
I do. I'll let them know as soon as we get off the phone. Go look for a 5'7" Mexican guy named Uncle Matt that changed his name to Quincy Brown, that works for the home developer, that his ID fell out of his pocket, and he's out there with my son. I'll tell him all that.
Now it's because I found out who he is.
But you said you knew him.
They're after me.
Oh my God. Where's Gannon, Tisha?
Quincy Brown took Gannon.
You almost said his name different. Okay, is it Quincy Brown or?
Quincy Brown is what I said.
Where is Gannon?
The phone can only take so much.
I think now would be a good time for a break. So we will take our break until 10:45. Again, don't discuss case among yourselves. Don't discuss case with anyone else. And we'll see you at 10:45. All rise for the jury, please.
Okay, they've shut off the cameras for some reason. Man. Yeah, everything's good here. We've got some stuff to sort out, but everything's good. God bless Gannon, doing a prayer session right now. God needs to hear you. Appreciate all of you guys who are here supporting Gannon. Crazy. At what point does the level of craziness we're hearing from Letecia become insane?
Thank you, Mel. Seated record should reflect the jury has left the courtroom.
See if
I wanted to pass on. You guys will need a pen for this. The issue that we were talking about earlier. Take a look, and I'm still not asking for an answer. I want you guys to, you'll have some time to look at this, but I also want you to look at these cases. People versus Boykins, 140 Pacific 3rd, 87, and Riggins versus Nevada, 504 U.S.
Riggins was the case that I was thinking of.
Okay. It's, actually, I have the Supreme Court citation. It's 112 SCT 1810 1810, decided 1992. So take a look at those. I plan to, and then we'll see if we have some further discussion. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so no video on that.
All right, then. Court will be in recess.
How long did you say, Your Honor?
10:45.
10:45. We got about 18 minutes. Fractured 23, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Those went to Hakuna Matata, Danielle Marie, Dennis D, Brittany Gibbs, and Genevieve Descoto, I think. Sorry about that. I'm not very good with the names. And thank you all for the super chats as well. Thanks for holding the fort down while we're trying to get everything sorted with permits and everything else. So those that know, I'm converting my garage into an Airbnb, and it takes a little bit of work. And apparently the county wants me to redo all my paperwork. Hope S, welcome to the gallery. Thanks so much for joining. Appreciate that. Good to have you here. Not insane, just plain dumb and manipulative. Crazy and insane are two very different things. She's not insane. Her attorneys need to settle. Will she be taking the stand? Mark, oh my goodness. Do you think she's listening to her attorneys? That's the question. If she's listening to her attorneys and following their advice, she will not take the stand. There's not a chance. If she's not listening to her attorneys and thinks that she couldn't convince her husband, but she could convince a jury, we might be in for a circus of your lifetime. You might be crazy. We'll probably have her up there for a week, talking nonstop. have a headache now. Yes, take the Advil, take the Excedrin, take the Tylenol, ibuprofen, not all at the same time, just whatever it is you need to take for the headache. Now is the time to do it because it's not done yet. When she fails to respond to things accurately, LOL, she's still aware of what's happening around her, what threats she faces, and her options going forward. She is acutely aware. This is terrible to hear. It is. What about Al? Man, this guy, I think at this point, he's passing notes to the police to let him know what he's going to ask next, just so they can be on the same level as him. This guy has got it down as far as interrogation goes. Doing a fantastic job managing the situation and pushing her and then letting her talk and pushing again. All the screaming is hurting my ears. It won't matter how Letecia looks in court. The jury sees plenty of her from the recordings. We're just about to kill Piggy. Adam, I think that's was that a Lord of the Flies reference? Check Messenger for update. Let me look here. Yes, you guys mentioned that while I was gone, the jury sent a. We've got somebody calling in from overseas. I think this might be Taiwan.
Call from
Jason.
To accept.
Hey, Jason. Welcome back. Good to talk to you again. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I just wanted to quickly share a thought here with you and your viewers. I think I can't predict what's going to happen in this trial, but my guess is that the experts are going to focus in on borderline personality disorder or related, disorders that deal with this.
Yeah.
But what I'm listening to is something that not only I personally have dealt with through years in my litigation, but also with a lot of the other victims that we're helping. And I think the focus is going to be focused on trying to let people understand what this is. This is, for me, after going through 4 or 5 years of this and helping other people, I clearly, just right off the bat, can hear this is a narcissist or a borderline personality disorder trait that is going into survival mode. And their common first step is to fight using projection.
Right.
That's the key word, projection. Project it back onto the victim so that the victim will give up. Make the victim look like he's the one at fault. And when they go into the survival mode, that's usually their biggest, that's when they make the most mistakes. That's when they start to mess up because they get frantic and they will say anything, illogical things to project back onto the victim. And I just want to add one note here. We all have a little bit of borderline personality disorder. A lot of people have it. It's normal. It's survival in this world. But some people have it over the line, and that's why they give it the name, BPD.
Yeah.
You're like on the line. You're going too far.
Yeah, there is a line where it's an acceptable amount, and then there's too much. She's crossed it.
One last note. Mm-hmm. One last note is it gets tricky. One of the cases we're dealing with here is a celebrity case, and his wife decided to use projection, but she used the media. And that's where it gets really, it's a whole different level. It gets really out of hand because the people don't know what they're witnessing. They don't know what they're watching. They have all these different views. They don't know the backgrounds. They don't know they're part of the brainwashing of the public. So, yeah.
Crazy. Unfortunately, I think we're just at the beginning of this as we peel the onion a little bit and get to layer upon layer.
But I think it's educational.
It is.
I know that there are people who don't want to watch it, and I understand that, but I think this is very educational to help people, whether it be in choosing a future partner or not. It will help. Yeah, it will help people.
Yeah. Look for the warning flags. Watch for the warning flags. I will say this is this for me, I'm aside from the facts of the case, which are really hard, and I wish we didn't have the facts that we have to deal with. But aside from that, I'm very interested to see how the whole process plays out, just with somebody with an NGI defense, to see how that works and how the lawyers interact and the judge and everything. But yeah. Being able to analyze the actual situation, we're going to hear that from the experts, I'm sure, what you're talking about. And there are a lot of people in chat who say, yeah, I work in this field. I agree with Jason Ski. So, But we'll hear more of that for sure. But thank you so much for giving us a little update on the inside scoops there on that.
Yeah, and you stay safe there, and I hope you got everything done in the morning there with your permits.
Yeah, well, I'm not, but we've got to print off a bunch more stuff. So what's a week delay?
All the best.
Thanks a lot, Jason. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
we'll see you.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
It's Jason calling in from Taiwan. Good to have him here. Jason Ski in chat, by the way. Let's see. Fractured, thank you for those gift memberships. I think I shouted out the thanks to you already. Appreciate that. Let's see, where were you at? Annie says, sorry, I'm a broken record, but she sounds like Amber in the Depp trial, so it wouldn't surprise me if she has what Dr. Curry said Amber Heard had, BPD, and or a lot of the other things she said. I think there was a list there for sure. Let's see. I feel like he's an extremely absent father and husband. He was in the military. I don't know what capacity, how that went. I think I might have missed some of that actually, but he was traveling quite a bit. Mr. Ivan, how are you doing this morning?
Howdy, sir. Hope everything is well in North Carolina today.
Yeah, it is. How's Wisconsin doing?
Well, it is 40 degrees, so the heat wave has begun.
Oh man!
And everything is starting to melt, and I even saw in the 7-day forecast on the iPhone that pops up or whatever, and there's actually a day projected to be in the 60s. So I told Weather Watch that this is a bluff. I'm not going to be happy. It'll be our first day in the 60s in over 6 months. So.
Well, I can tell you, we did dip below 60 briefly last week, but it's at 82 right now. So. It sounds like you're out in the frozen tundra. Are you out ice fishing right now?
No, I'm just walking to the store.
Okay.
I got to check on something. Sorry about that. I'll take you off speaker. So anyway, I just wanted to piggyback off what Jason, I think the last caller, was talking about with the borderline. And so people have said, how can somebody fall for somebody like this? How can somebody get trapped in their craziness? The one thing I'll say, there's somebody in our family who has borderline, and they can be some of the most charismatic and welcoming people you'd ever meet. The problem is that they switch on a dime, and so you're either on a pedestal or you're the worst person on the planet to them.
Yeah.
And so, and those differences in how you're being perceived can last, months on end. Like you can be, so when they first met, she could have made this guy feel like he was untouchable, the best guy in the world. And so, by the time you start noticing the other side of it, well, now you've already got commitment, you've already built, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it is I think that I hate diagnosing people from afar because I think it gets a little out of control sometimes, but she has exhibited all of the signs, and when the only time she ever gets tearful and the only time she ever gets combative or starts crying is when her behaviors or her potential consequences for her actions are being exposed or called out. Notice there's never been any emotion when talking about the quote unquote missing child.
Yeah.
Or the tragedy of it all.
Yeah, Gannon is the yada, yada, yada part of the conversation.
Right, as if it's an inconvenience like picking up the dry cleaning. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the only time she ever expresses any, true, rage or regret or fear is when her own, behavior or livelihood is called into question. Mm-hmm. And that is a telltale sign. And one of the last things I'll mention about her, people who have psychotic breaks, in my opinion, or experience, they don't start asking for immunity. That's not a thing. Okay? That is a classic sign of somebody who recognizes the gravity of the crap that they're in. And so there are so many different, examples of that. The immunity, the covering up the crime, the lies, the multiple stories. He's just running this guy in circles, but that isn't a sign of somebody who had a break, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So
and how dare she put this poor guy through a trial? Like, she knows darn well what she did. And, the fact that it's going to be this many weeks of him having to relive the worst event of his life, I mean, that's just pure evil in my opinion. So
it's going to be rough. It's rough for him. I think Al is doing a fantastic job. I don't know. Was he an interrogator? Is that what his job is in the Army?
Well, he was a recruiter. I know he was a recruiter.
So basically, yes. Is it not the same thing?
Well, pretty much. Yeah, you've got to be able to tell quite the story, right?
And be able to read people and encourage and sort of steer them a different direction. It sounds like he's got some skills in this area.
Interrogator. Somebody who recruits is basically like a marketing major, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're having to do, and so I think I just can't get. And it brings back some unfond memories. Some of the lines of questioning he's asking, how he's trying to get her to admit to narratives that she hasn't actually subscribed to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like how he says, when you started to panic. Well, she's never said that. You know what I mean? And so he's trying. Those are classic lines that he's being fed by whoever's coaching him there, and it just brings back, awful memories of, there's nothing that'll send a chill down your spine quicker than hearing yourself on a recorded phone call from months prior and realizing,
what did I say? Yeah.
Well, right. And by the time you're hearing it, it's been 3-4 months down the road. And then you start realizing, what else have I been talking about on this phone? You know what I mean? Like literally every conversation, you know what I mean? People call me paranoid from time to time. Well, once you have that experience where you hear your voice on a call from months prior, you never quite look at things the same.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Ivan, thank you so much. It sounds like Rebel dragged you to the store. Have you arrived?
Yes, I am at my destination. I'm just going to check on things, and I hope everything's good at the RA compound, and I look forward to tuning in the rest of the day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ivan. Appreciate that. Mrs. RA,
All
sorry.
right.
I need to
talk back from now.
talk to her. Hold on just one second. See you, Ivan. We'll see you.
All right.
All right. Phone line's open. Give me just 5 seconds here. Apparently, I'm getting pizza made for me.
No.
What?
I just left the ingredients on the counter.
Oh. There are ingredients for me to make a pizza on the counter, which is similar to having a pizza made for you, but it's a few steps short of that. Thank you, Mrs. R.A. You're going to go. Okay, have fun. We'll see you. Love you. Hey, you taking everybody? All right. We're back. They're headed to the park. Field trip. All right. She is a smart woman. Yes. Let's see. Where are we at? We've got a little bit before the judge comes back here. Let's see. I wish we had like a screensaver. All I've got from court right now is this, which isn't really much. I mean, I can put me down here, but we're waiting. I'll be there in a few minutes. Sounds good. I'm going to have to make my own. But lunch is not for a little bit. They're a couple hours ahead of me, so I'm going to be like half starved to death by the time I'm ready to make lunch. Can't believe she tried to run to the media with a fake lie detector test. Oh, man. The part gets me is her uncontrolled screaming when she answers questions. Oh, the higher octaves. And the phone just drops off. Apparently, it's like, I can only take so much, and then it just cuts off. Miss Aria is making sure you eat at home rather than going to the shops. Sharon, you are very astute. She said, don't go out to eat. There's food in the kitchen. Make it. I'm responsible for my own lunch. Let's see. We've got somebody come in on the phone right now.
Call from
Charmaine Fossinger.
Hello, Charmaine. This is Recovery Addict. How are you doing today?
Doing good. I'm watching your program. I wanted to tell you, I have a son who's paranoid schizophrenic, and he committed murder back in 2004, and it took us 4 years to get to trial, and they found him not guilty by reason of insanity.
Wow.
And the attorneys, the prosecuting attorney wanted to say Shane was malingering, but he's been mentally ill since birth. And he wouldn't react to like what that Letecia's doing in court. There's no reaction when you're hearing the other side saying things. They don't shake their head no, they don't say yes, you know. I mean, they practically sit there with, he just sat there in court with no expression, with a smile on his face, because that's just who he is. And they said, well, he's smiling. But I just wanted to tell people that it's really hard to have a son who's mentally ill and then commit murder. And then he's up at Western State since 2008. They found him not guilty by reason of insanity. Wow. So this really hurts to see somebody faking mental illness. This girl is totally aware of what she did because of the things she did after and all the stories. And it is narcissist, but I just wanted to let your fans out there know that it's really hard being a mother of a son who he thinks she's still alive. So we're in Vancouver, Washington. So he made the front pages and everything, and it was horrible on me because people hit me in court. They chased me, but I just want to thank you for your program. I found it, after Daryl Brooks, but it's just really sad that we have so many people who are mentally ill, and then you have people like Letecia faking it. She's totally
Court will recall 20 CR 1358. People versus Letecia Stauch record should reflect the jury's.
Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing that very personal experience.
Outside the presence of the jury at this point in time. Prosecution.
But thank you so much. Sorry, we're back in court, so the audio is coming through. Thank you so much for calling. You too. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, what an experience.
Start with Mr. Stauch on the stand, ask some follow-up questions, and then jump into that.
All right, Mr. Stauch, if you'd resume your seat on the witness stand. I remind you, sir, that you're still under oath. Let's go ahead and bring the jury in.
So she looks up here, but she doesn't look at the jury any other time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was Charmaine or Charmaine. Thank you very much for that call. I appreciate that the inside perspective on this as from a family member on that side. That must have been
All right,
terrible.
The jury, please.
Just the whole experience. She's faking being insane in a legal definition.
Thank you. You may all be seated. Court will recall 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury has returned to the courtroom. And we are resuming with testimony of Mr. Stauch. Mr. Allen?
Thank you, Art. Mr. Stauch, in that last phone call that we just heard, February 14th, 2020, this is roughly about a little over 2 weeks after Gannon's missing. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm in January 27th, so almost 3 weeks, yeah.
Yep. In the beginning portion of that phone call, sounded like the defendant was suggesting that some guy laid down on the road and then got in the truck and Gannon threw up in the back of your truck?
Yes, sir.
When you got back from Oklahoma, did you drive your truck?
I did a few times in those early couple of days of searching.
Was there any puke in your truck?
I don't remember there being even the smell of puke in my truck. No, sir.
Welcome, Avery. Welcome to the gallery. Thanks for your support.
In that phone call, you started to press her to get details about whoever this guy was, this dude that she keeps describing. And in the call, it's just, she uses a Mexican or a black dark, found out his name. You mentioned the name Aubrey Holmes. What was that all about?
That would have been in the Lordstown Ranch neighborhood. I used to see a van, somewhat of the neighborhood headquarters or whatever. That's the home builder, maybe. I don't know specifically, but yeah, that was just a van or cars roaming around the neighborhood for supervision or whatever.
Was that also a reference back to the story that the defendant gave that she let one of the guys from the building area come into the house?
Possibly, yes.
Okay.
Now I want to make a pizza.
And then during this phone call, we hear the name Quincy Brown. Was that the first time you'd heard the name Quincy Brown?
Yes, sir.
Did you know any Quincy Brown?
No, sir.
Again, similar questions to before. During this particular phone call, did the defendant's personality, was it consistent with the way you knew her personality to be?
Absolutely.
Did she change into any other different personalities during this phone call?
No, sir.
During this phone call, did you know where she was located?
No, sir.
And then there's a lot of reference to immunity from the defendant in this phone call. It's similar to the last call. In your mind, was she asking for immunity because Quincy Brown did something?
That made absolutely no sense to me, so no.
But was that what she was sort of relaying to you in your mind?
I don't know. In my mind, she was asking for immunity because she did something or knew something that would incriminate her, but she was claiming to know more that would afford her the opportunity to ask for immunity.
Did she ever, during this particular phone call, give you any actionable information that you could pass on to law enforcement that could help the investigation?
No, sir. It seemed like more spin to me.
More spin, you said?
More spin, or more trying to send myself or the investigation in opposite directions.
Okay, thank you. Judge, at this time, we would move on to playing People's Exhibit number 39, which is another recorded phone call, again from February 14, 2020 at 12:41 p.m.
All right, Mr. Stauch, you can step down. Thank you, sir.
And this call is just a little under 18 minutes.
All right, 18 minutes. Buckle up. Here we go. Congratulations, Tish, on 3 months. Appreciate you.
Best of your end.
Hey.
Hey,
Are you ready now? Are you ready to talk to me?
I have been talking to you.
Okay. Yes, you have. Okay. Where's Gannon?
Quincy took him.
Where's Gannon, Tisha?
I just told you.
No, don't tell me fucking Quincy Brown. Tell me where Gannon is. There's no Quincy Brown. There's no Quincy Brown. Where is Gannon? Where did you take Gannon?
He took it. Why don't you put me in a lineup and let me look for him?
Where did you take Gannon? Where is Gannon?
Gannon anywhere.
Yeah, but you told me you did. You told me you took him to Petco and to Douglas County and tobacco. Where is Gannon?
Give me in something I didn't do? What's wrong with you?
Where is Gannon, Tisha?
I've already told you. You think you could be this interrogator all you want?
No, I'm not. You're my wife and I'm trying to talk to you.
Hey, you're not trying to talk to me. You're trying to put me 6 feet under what you're trying to do.
Why are you so afraid to just tell me the fucking truth, the real story, just for once, okay? You can tell me the truth. You can tell me a bullshit 20 more times. Just right now, tell me the truth. Where is Gannon? You did not tell me where he is.
I know where he is. Quincy Brown took him. What's the guy's name?
Listen, fuck Quincy Brown. Don't ever say that name to me again because it's bullshit. Eduardo is bullshit, okay? The carpet guy is bullshit.
But Quincy Brown took him.
Well, tomorrow it's going to be somebody different because yesterday it was the 3 other different guys.
Go after him.
My dumb ass won't go after him. Yeah, my dumb ass won't go after him. Where's Gannon, Tisha?
You told me to tell you who had him, and you would be supportive. And I did, and you still are doing this.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and pick this thing apart anymore because it's bullshit. You said this guy had something on you, something blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, blah, 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 blah. You didn't want to tell me his name. Why would you not want to tell me Quincy Brown? Who the fuck is Quincy Brown?
All right. He is going... I'll send you some lineups. The police department has to have lineups for Quincy Brown in the area.
Did you tell Quincy Brown your name? Okay, did you give him your information? Did he take your phone? How is he messaging you? Is Quincy Brown messaging you? I do, and I'm trying to find it. How is he messaging you when he never? Did you tell him, hey, my name's Tisha, my email is TishaLynn2006? What the fuck, Tisha?
Did you care that he has your son?
Yeah, see, you ain't answering my question. You ain't answering my question because you know it's bullshit. How is he messaging you? Like I said, it's probably some Inspector Gadget. This message will self-destruct in 30 seconds, right? Some bullshit like that. Because he didn't.
What? Talking about?
Likewise. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This guy messaging you? What the fuck? He don't have your information?
Okay, so he hasn't been outside of a hotel?
Nope.
Okay,
Throw another one at me. What else hasn't he done? He ain't done shit. Because Quincy Brown don't fucking exist.
Maybe they need to check you and Landon since your goddamn won't go look for him.
Yeah, have them check me and Landon. They got all my shit. I turn all my shit in. My car, my phone, my email, my everything. They got all my shit.
Well, they have all mine too.
Okay? So I ain't worried about shit. Give me a place to look for Gannon. Tell me where he is.
I don't know.
I'll go fucking look for him. What does Quincy Brown even look like? Is he the 5'7" Mexican? I mean, come on, goddammit.
Come on.
How is he messaging you? You never answered that question either. I'm getting messages. Ooh, so mysterious.
Just because someone sends you messages, Albert, doesn't fucking mean it's social media or anything like that.
I didn't say what it was. I asked you what it was.
Certain ways.
So,
I even called it into the FBI.
oh, okay.
Hey, there's this dude, blah, 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 following us. Hey, there's another people following us. I've tried to help y'all.
So, listen.
I didn't tell you from the beginning who Quincy Brown was.
Yeah, right.
Just don't give a shit.
Yeah, because you knew I wouldn't believe you because it's bullshit. So you're telling me this motherfucker came in or got in the truck, come home, beat the shit out of you or whatever he did, beat the shit out of Gannon, took Gannon from the storage room or whatever the hell that's all about, and took him, and now he's got.
I'll send you a picture.
And now he's. Yeah, send it to me. Send that shit to me right now, okay? Send me fucking Quincy Brown, okay? Because you're telling me this dude is out there. He knows you know what he looks like, and he's following you? Trying to do whatever he's going to do. He's got everything he needs.
You don't release a reward.
But you said that he's following you.
Yes, ask for that reward.
When are you going to send me this damn picture?
I just sent it. See? Dark skin.
Oop, she sent the picture.
Are you freaking serious, Tisha? That's Quincy Brown right there. He's dark and Hispanic.
What?
He's dark and Hispanic. His name's Quincy Brown, right? A Hispanic guy named Quincy, like he's from South Carolina or something.
Puerto Rican, mix.
All right, listen,
Quincy.
Oh my God, this is great. How did you fucking get a picture of Quincy Brown? You Googled him?
That is who he is.
Okay, listen, screenshot your Google search. Let me see it. Like, screenshot me where you pulled that. Yeah, however you got Quincy. Guess what? Quincy probably sent you that picture in one of his messages, right? He said, hey, just in case they're looking for me, here's my latest photo.
You're a fucking dumbass.
I am a dumbass, and I need my son, and you got him.
Your son.
Who's got him then? It ain't fucking Quincy Brown.
You gotta be a fucking have some balls and find him with his. I bet you ain't doing that shit though, are you? Because you're
I am a punk. You're right. I just want my son. You can call me a punk. You can say whatever you want to say to me. Okay? I just want.
Quincy then.
Where can I find Quincy to question him?
I don't fucking know. Your best friends in the police department can do it.
You're killing me, Tisha.
I'm not killing.
Well, where's my son, Tisha? This is the same fucking bullshit conversation we had for days and weeks about that $8,000 you took from me. And I said, where's the money? Where's the money? And then 2 weeks later, oh, I took it. I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah. It's the same shit we're doing again.
You dumbass!
Yeah, I am a dumbass, but it's the same fucking conversation. Where's my son, Tisha?
Quincy has it. Quincy, do you know him? Fucking go find him.
Apparently you do, because he's got something against you. Okay? Yeah.
You to talk to me to help me.
Hey, guess what? I'm calling bullshit. I just Googled that shit, and that's a fucking mugshot like I find Mike Hyatt on. Mugshot. Way to go, Tisha. You found Quincy Brown on a mugshot. God damn it. This is just getting better and better and better.
It's a mugshot because he's probably been in jail before, you dumbass.
Yeah. So he just picked you out of the blue because you just happened to be in Douglas County up there, and he was laying in the street. And Quincy said, "Oh wow, that looks like an easy target. I'm gonna steal her son and rape her and go all the way to freaking wherever." And then how did he leave? Nobody saw him leave. What the fuck are you talking about?
The cameras at night, you dumbass.
Oh, that's right, because he was there till midnight while the neighborhood search party was going on. Come on, Tisha.
The neighborhood search party was not even going on at that time.
Okay, guess what? I know that's false. They searched all through the night, Tisha, while you were sitting your ass in the house. You were sitting in the house, sending Harley and Lane out to look for him. The search party of the fucking neighborhood was out, and Quincy Brown was out there, and nobody saw him. I tell you what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to figure out what you're going to do when they find Gannon. Because that's what you need to worry about.
When they find Gannon.
When they find Gannon,
really?
no matter what's happened to the boy or where he's at, when they find him, you better get to step in because you got to worry about what's going to happen. Okay?
Really? That's
Yeah.
a threat? Because...
No, I'm telling you about the police.
Okay. If that's how you want to take it then, and you don't want any help, that's fine.
Because we're going to find him. And how the hell would you know they're barking up the wrong tree? You keep saying they're looking in the wrong place.
You don't ask me. I'm the wrong tree.
But that doesn't make any sense. They're looking where you supposedly told them Quincy Brown got in the truck at. What the fuck, Tisha? That's the exact tree they're looking at.
I said me. I was talking about me.
Yeah, but you keep saying no. That's not true. You said you told me yesterday they're looking at Palmer Lake and Douglas County and in all these fields and they're barking up the wrong tree. That's what you told me, not anybody else.
You dumbass, he has him in Colorado Springs.
Where at? How do you know where he's at if you don't know Quincy Brown? If you're not involved, if you don't know what's going on.
Not involved.
You just fucking told on yourself. You just told on yourself. You know where Gannon's at and you're fucking lying.
I don't know where Gannon's at.
You just said he's in Colorado Springs.
I said Quincy Brown lives in Colorado Springs, apparently.
Now you're fucking twisting the words again, Tisha. Okay, where's Gannon?
I don't have Gannon. You can curse me out, call me whatever you want, fuck all the bitches you want, do whatever you want, because I don't care about you.
Good. I don't want you to. You got my son, and you know where he's at, and I need to find my son. You obviously don't care about my son if you're going to do all the things you did in that fucking candle video. That was bullshit. That's the same shit you tried to do to me, and you did it to my son. That was horrible. You should go to jail just for that shit, Tisha.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. That's fucking abuse, and you know it. Had that little boy. No, you had him crying when all he thought he had made was an accident, and you had him thinking he was going to have to sell his Switch and his toys on the fucking video you put out there. I didn't see that. You put it out there. That's your fucking abuse.
You didn't think he was going to sell his Switch?
Yeah, that's or what? Well, that was where it was going. The couch, or we got to sell this or that. I heard your words. And I heard you make him cry too. Where's my son?
Crying.
Where's my son? Where is he, Tisha? Why are you pausing?
You don't care where he's at, so it don't matter.
I do care. I told you where I think he's at. You told me he wasn't there. You said they're barking up the wrong tree, and then you said he is in Colorado Springs. You said that. Not me, not the police, not nobody else. You said it. That's why you said they're barking up the wrong tree, because you know where he's at. And you need to tell me.
I wish I did.
You're a fucking liar. Tell me where he's at.
I wish I did, so that I bring him to you and say to you how you really were a supportive husband.
You listen. This is the same shit that we've been going through for 5 years, and I've supported you through it.
All you ever want to do is talk about me and Albert.
No, I want my son. Fuck all that other shit. I want my son. Who cares about the past 5 years? You're right. Who gives a fuck?
To you right now, and I had absolutely nothing to do with it. You'd still fucking try to blame it on me.
But Tisha, that's just not an option. You've lied to me. Okay? Well, I'm not blaming you, but you've lied to me. That's unacceptable. Okay? The truth is, I need my son, and you have information.
I'm sorry that I didn't want to get killed. Okay? I'm sorry.
So you didn't want to get killed, so you let him take Gannon? All right. What?
I'm talking about by talking from the beginning.
But you were talking from the beginning. You did an interview from day one. Okay? So no.
I didn't want to get killed. I didn't want everyone I knew to get killed if I started talking and
because of some fucking random Quincy Brown, okay? Come on. Some Quincy Brown from Mugshots is going to kill us all.
Have you looked him up?
Yeah, he's on fucking Mugshots right there on Google. All you got to do is Google or Siri, show me Quincy Brown, and there he is. Bam, right in front of you, okay? What the fuck, teacher?
Okay.
Just like I found all that shit on Mike Hyatt. All I had to do was Google Mike Hyatt, and there it was, right in front of me. I didn't have to do no search. It was right there. Because I'm telling you, I'm not fucking stupid. That's what I'm telling you.
Don't go after all options, then you must be fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm stupid to let you send me in 27 different directions. You're right. That's stupid. You're absolutely right. I know that you know where Gannon is, and that's the direction I'm going, and I'm not changing. So you better buckle in. This is going to be it.
You'll be waiting a long time because I don't have him.
I didn't say you had him, Tisha. See, that's where you keep twisting your words. I didn't say you had him. I said, tell me where he is.
Where Gannon's at?
Oh, okay.
Damn time.
Okay.
Because I don't have him. And I don't know where he's at. I do that every day.
But you just said he's in Colorado Springs, so make your mind up.
The Quincy guy is in Colorado Springs.
So
At me, what about be a man, be a husband, and freaking go there and say, hey, listen, can we detain this Quincy guy and ask him some questions?
yeah, fine, we'll do that. But my manhood's not in question here. The truth is in question here. Okay? You said Quincy Brown is in Colorado Springs, and you said Quincy Brown has Gannon because he's messaging you and wants a reward. Okay? So if you put
Message me. I said he left messages.
that's a message.
You
Okay,
said
okay.
messages.
I'm not gonna split hairs with you about stupid shit now. He got word to you somehow. He said something to you somehow. Okay, but you told me he has him. He's let you know he had him, and he's in Colorado Springs and he wants money. Okay, but then you say I don't know where Gannon's at. Which one is it?
He says he has Gannon.
He says he has Gannon, and he's in Colorado Springs.
But I would even be willing to put my life on the line to freaking go out and carry to wherever the meat's gotta be, knowing that somebody might shoot me.
All right, listen, I'm about to end my rope here. Okay, you're fucking lying, and I'm done with it. Okay.
Okay.
You haven't even told me where you're at. I mean, there's so many freaking lies. You say help me protect me. God damn it, you're not in Colorado Springs, Tisha. Send me your location right now. Then send me your location right now. Quit fucking playing. Send it to me on my phone. Take a pic.
Would you? So you want me to send you my location?
I've offered.
Care of your family.
Yeah.
She'll be doing.
Yep. All right, listen. Obviously, this gap between us ain't getting no closer because you won't tell me where my son is. So I'm done. You got anything else to say before I hang up on you? Good. Don't email me. Don't call me. Don't message me. Don't use my name in the media. Don't say shit about me until you tell me where my son is.
Mr. Allen? Mr. Stauch, if you'd resume your seat in the witness stand, remind you, sir, that you're still under oath.
Okay. I'm going to be listening. I'm going to go make my pizza while I'm listening. So I'll be right back.
Mr. Stauch, in that particular phone call, you made a comment about the candle incident and that the defendant was doing the same thing to Gannon that she did to you. What were you talking about there?
Manipulation.
Meaning the defendant manipulating situations?
The defendant manipulating situations, as I witnessed in that video, her doing to Gannon.
Sounds like potentially the defendant sent you a text message to tell you who this Quincy Brown was. Did that happen in that phone call?
During that phone call, yes, sir.
Did you then do a Google search for a Quincy Brown?
I believe I did on the spot, yes, sir.
And what did you find when you Googled Quincy Brown?
Exactly what I referenced. I call it mugshots, but lineup.com or mugshots.com, whatever it was specifically. But his face next to a bunch of other people that have been arrested.
Was that essentially a sex offender that was wanted in the Colorado Springs area?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever have any independent knowledge that Quincy Brown was somehow involved in Gannon's disappearance?
No, sir.
You asked the defendant in there, or actually the defendant, I'm sorry, said that she was in Colorado Springs. Did you know where she was at that time?
No, sir.
Did you think she was in Colorado Springs?
No, sir.
And then similar to the other calls, her personality that she was using in that phone call, was it consistent with the way you know her?
Absolutely.
Did she ever change into a different personality?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. We will move on to, Your Honor, People's Exhibit 40, which is another recorded phone call, February 14th, 2020, 1:21 p.m.
All right. Mr. Stauch, you can go ahead and step down. Thank you, sir.
And this is just short of 16 minutes, Judge.
Okay.
Got my peanut butter sandwich.
I ate mine too. Hello?
Are you still alone?
What?
Are you still alone?
Yes. Okay, here, you asked for one more chance. Here it is. I'm going to shut up. You just say what you got to say. I ain't going to say shit. It's your chance.
What's that noise?
That's my water bottle.
Do you love me?
Yes.
Oh. All right. If you know it's an accident, are you going to stand by me?
Yes, absolutely, Tisha. I've told you that from day one.
I'm sorry for all the stories. I just didn't know what to do. So we were going to get your, bike. I was letting get it right. It was really big, so I got pink.
What? I didn't hear you. What?
I said when he fell, he got hurt because there was like and stuff. The guy was helping him ride the bike.
Keisha, babe, what? How bad did he get hurt?
How bad it was, he was bleeding.
Where was he bleeding from?
His arms, his knees, his head.
So his head was bleeding? And this, oh God.
He promised me he was going to go back to his house and get some bandages and call 911 because we had accidentally left him all in Petco. He's real, I swear to God, Quincy's real.
So what happened, baby?
I didn't know they got hurt. I didn't have a phone to call 911. They're supposed to be taking him back and I called 911.
So the guy took him to take him to 911?
I swear to God, his name's Quincy Brown. The guy was supposed to be meeting again.
The Craigslist guy? And you met him where? Like up in wherever that
Those messages. My actual phone was why I should go. I was scared he didn't come back with it.
So keep going. I'm sorry.
I thought if I was like, I'll go back and I'll just go keep searching, and I did. I spent the whole night driving down to find him.
In my truck?
Sure, I'm sorry for these stories. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want you to hate me.
Why would I hate you if it wasn't your fault?
Because I couldn't get to him. And he was bleeding from his head and knees. It was an accident.
Okay. So start over. This is really hard to hear, okay? But so you left Petco.
You don't talk to me like that. Where you're going to go down this road and chastise me and tell
I'm not. You're telling me the truth now.
This is the truth on my job site. This is the truth.
Okay, and I believe you now, because thank you for telling me the truth. This means the world to me, and where was this at? Like, what exit? You mentioned the exit yesterday. What exit was this at?
It was like 163. I don't know. It's on my phone.
Okay, so if you can reach out to them and then give you your phone, then they could find it, right? Can you think of a landmark? Just like, help me find him, babe. Just help me, because I can go search. I can go right now and search.
The only reason I asked for immunity because I didn't finish an accident, and I wasn't trying to cover up anything. I was trying to figure out why he took him. If I said something like you saw it hurt us in the house or something, I'm not. They would start looking for him.
When the guy...
I wanted to try to bike out and he needed help because the bike was too big. And you want to know why I've been gone? Why my car's been in that direction? I've been driving up and down there all the time until they took my car. Driving to do anything I can find, anything. and driving to find this dude. I even got into the police department and they were like, yeah, because he's wanted. If you know where he's at, let me know. So nobody tried to help me. Because before I would do anything, I made him show me his ID. Because I was making sure. It's fucking to do the bike today, that's all.
So, Tisha, hold on. You went to his house? Or where did you meet this guy at? Quincy Brown or whatever? Because if you went to his house, they could have.
Please.
I'm listening. I
need to tell you.
Okay.
He said to me that he would be off that exit. When I turn off the exit, you can look.
Okay.
I turned off the exit left because I thought that was the direction, but he thought I was coming from south. From north, so I turned off right and went towards the other direction, and I didn't see anyone with a bike in a store.
Okay. So there was a store?
He said there was a store. I said I didn't see anyone with a bike in the store.
Oh.
So I went the other direction.
I got you.
When I went the other direction, I see him with the bike, and I said, "Hey, there's the guy with the bike," and I made him show me his ID, and legit, we talked. Some kind of biking, and this was a tour bike, and I got a little nervous because I said, why would he have some tour bike and he's trying to sell it? You know, like, I was asking him questions like, did you not ride anymore? Did you get hurt? You know, like these stories I was asking him. Then I realized I didn't have the phone because I had left it at Petco. So then, Gannon was like high-fiving him and talking to him and stuff like that. So I assume, you know, nice guy. And so he was taking Gannon, just helping him get on the bike to ride it. And was holding on to it just so he could see. And he was like, do you think your daddy will like this bike? Then the next thing you know, whenever they like both slid, he slid with Gannon in the bike. And Gannon like went, like not necessarily tumbling, but sliding down and he hit his head. And I ran over there. I was just trying to help and call 911, but I didn't have my phone. And he was like, I live right up here. I'll go take him and we'll call. And I'm just still sitting there crying. They gotta see me get off the exit. That's why I've been adamant about you finding this dude.
All right. So where? So you got off exit 163.
Nope, it was whatever county line or some shit like that was
Oh,
called.
that county line road or whatever we always take. It was on that road.
No, you had to turn off of that road. I went the wrong way to start with, so I turned right because he thought I was coming from the direction. I was supposed to turn right.
But this was the exit off 25 that you turned the wrong way, or off of County Line Road?
Off of 25, you can get off and go both directions.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to narrow it down so I can go look, but So was there anything else besides you said he scraped his knees, he scraped his elbows, he busted his head, and he had the burns on his arms.
Well, there was some bad burns, Albert. The burns were just little bubbles from the fire. That had nothing to do with it. Now maybe it could have scraped him open some because he already had them, but Gannon was fine. He was talking to me. He wasn't complaining with any kind of pain. I would have took him straight to the doctor if the burns would have had any kind of pain to him.
Okay.
only reason I didn't ask you for any kind of immunity because I committed some kind of crimes. I just know that it was an accident. And all I did was someone was trying to help me. And then I didn't know where he went from there.
What? So, the one I'm worried the most about is the freaking head wound because what was it? How bad was he bleeding?
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. Like, it was. Tell me bad. Is bad like blood's dripping down his face, or bad like he's laying there and there's a puddle, or what?
Oh, like dripping down his face.
What did you do anything to wrap around his head or anything?
Yes, my clothes I had on had blood on them.
The clothes you had on?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Like, oh my god, we gotta call 911.
Was this on the road or was this at the station? Like where?
Show you to explain where. I don't know my way around Colorado.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out if there's blood on the road. Maybe we could find blood on the road or something. That's all I was saying.
Searching.
Okay. I agree. I agree they should find it. So where on his head? Like was it the side or back of his head? What?
I don't know. I was panicked.
Okay, so you were panicking. So an accident happened and you panicked, right?
I was panicking.
Okay.
I didn't have a phone.
Right. And did he have a phone?
He said he would run back to his house. He had Gannon, said he'd run back to his house, wrap it up tight, and he would call 911.
Okay.
Gannon was talking.
Okay. So he took Gannon to his house is what he told you, right? And you did you stay where you were? Or did you follow him or what? Babe.
No judging.
Mr. Allen?
Juror, we would just have Mr. Stauch come back to the stand.
Mr. Stauch, if you'd resume your seat in the witness stand, I remind you, sir, that you're still under oath.
I've never seen a witness.
Judge, I'm not sure if I said it, but that was actually exhibit number 40 that we played, which was that February 14th.
Thank you.
Yep.
We're going all the way to number 59 eventually, as far as phone calls go. There might be some skips in the numbers.
Mr. Stauch, in this particular phone call, you hear the defendant sounding potentially like crying. Did that sound like legitimate crying to you?
It did to me.
You made a comment that you're telling me the truth now. Was that an honest statement to you or from you, or was this you trying to get her to just keep talking?
Yeah, more of a tactic to keep her going.
As you're talking to the defendant in that particular phone call, was her personality consistent with the way you knew her personality?
Yes, sir.
Did she change it to any different personalities during that phone call?
No, sir.
All right.
I've slowed down the chat for everybody just a little bit.
Is this the first time in this phone call that the defendant gives you any indication that Gannon suffered a head injury?
Yes, this is the first indication of his head injury. Yes, sir.
And then in conjunction with other injuries that she mentioned, and that was burns to his arms that bubbled, and then also bleeding from his butt very early on.
Yes, sir.
In that phone call, do you remember when the defendant describes having blood on her clothes and using her clothing to stop the bleeding on Gannon's head?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever see anything that corroborated that version of the story, such as any clothes with bloodstains on them? When you got home from Oklahoma?
I did not. No, sir.
Okay.
Next call.
May I approach with People's Exhibit 49?
You may go ahead.
Mr. Stauch, I'm showing you People's Exhibit You split through that and let me know.
Okay, I'm finished.
Do you recognize what is marked as People's Exhibit 49?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
It's a book full of text messages between myself and the defendant.
Is the date range for this particular group of text messages basically February 29th through March 1st of 2020? If you look at the timestamps on them?
Yes, it is.
Are those fair and accurate representations of the text messages that she sent, or at least came from her phone and that you responded with?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I move for admission of People's Exhibit 49.
Defense. Exhibit 49 will be admitted. Go ahead.
May I approach the witness with People's Exhibit 206?
Yes.
Judge, for the record, as Mr. Stauch first, before I start that, flip through that and then let me know when you're done. And Judge, what we're doing with this particular exhibit is just pre-qualification. His portion of these text messages will actually admit this later through a different witness.
Okay.
Do you recognize that item?
Yes, sir.
What do you recognize that as?
It's communications between myself and Harley's phone.
Harley Hunt?
Harley Hunt.
Okay.
Between her phone.
And what I'm asking you specifically for your portion of this exhibit, the text messages that came from you or from your phone, do those appear to be fair and accurate representations of your communications?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. May I retrieve that?
Yes.
Mr. Stauch, how much time did you spend with this defendant? Just total time from the start of your relationship until all of this happened?
Like we mentioned yesterday, we started dating in early 2014, so roughly 6 years.
During that time, did you spend a lot of in-person time with her?
Absolutely.
Did that give you an opportunity to observe her mental condition?
Yes, sir.
Besides just, we all have different weird idiosyncrasies. Did you ever see anything that went beyond just our own individual personality traits in the defendant?
No, sir.
Did you ever see an opportunity or have an opportunity to observe the defendant, whether she could understand the difference between right and wrong?
Absolutely.
Can you tell the jury about that?
Obviously, throughout our relationship, I think to some moments immediately preceding January 27th. I mean, she took the kids the defendant took the kids on a hike. She made it there safely. Kids made it home safely. Obviously from my knowledge, didn't get a ticket, so obeyed all of the traffic laws on the way there and the way back. Even that morning of the 27th, we talked about Gannon and the switch, as we've seen with some text messages. Some right and wrong issues there about how we disciplined him with taking the switch away for whatever his offense was in that moment. And I communicated with the defendant about that punishment specifically and how to manage that. After the events of the 27th, I just think too how much the defendant pressed me about what was right in our relationship, how I should take her side and what was right and wrong and how I was managing that whole piece of it. Something that stands out more than anything is, as the defendant said to me in one of these phone calls, I think one we heard yesterday, that she didn't allow Lena back in the house when Lena got home from school. I don't know any reason why she would have not allowed Lena back in the house. Other than, I don't know. There's something going on that she didn't want Lena to see. If there was nothing going on in that house, why could Lena not have come in the house that day when she got home from school?
Okay, and we're going to get more into that in just a minute, but I appreciate you bringing that up. You lived with her in South Carolina, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you need a cup of water or anything?
I'm okay.
Okay. You lived with the defendant in South Carolina, Colorado, also spent time with her in Alaska.
Yes, sir.
Did the defendant follow the laws in all of those places?
Yes, sir.
You went on trips. You mentioned that yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Who would typically plan the trips?
She would plan and organize just about every trip or vacation we went on, and she was very good at it and was able to get us to, the port on time for cruises, to the terminal on time for plane trips, and organize rental cars. We always get it there and back on time. I mean, always, exactly what we needed to do.
So she was able to set up an itinerary and then follow the itinerary?
Yes, sir.
With no troubles?
Never.
You mentioned, the discipline with the Switch, Gannon's gaming system.
Yes, sir.
Was it very typical for her to be engaged with disciplining the kids, both Gannon, Lena, and even Harley if she needed it?
Yes, sir.
Can you give the jury some examples of that beyond just the Switch?
Well, that was just our typical source of punishment, was to take away iPad or Switch or our TV time if they didn't follow the rules or didn't do chores as was prescribed to them. She was also had a very, very meticulous about the kids' schedule. Hey, when you get home, this is the right thing to do. You come home, come in the house, have your snack, do your homework, and there was, not rewards necessarily, but repercussions if they didn't follow that prescribed schedule for them on a daily basis.
What about during the time frame so if we're going to narrow the scope of what we're talking about here, Mr. Stauch, the time frame as we get to January 2020, and especially that Saturday night when you left up to DIA, did you ever have any concerns that she was having this crack in her mental health?
No, sir.
What would you have done if you had observed some major crack in her mental health?
I would not have gone on that trip. I did have the flexibility to cancel my training and move it to another time if need be. I would not have left the house and not left the kids there if I had any concerns or she showed signs of a mental crack approaching.
And at any time during your relationship with the defendant, did you ever see her have some major crack in her mental health condition?
No, sir.
Did you know her to have any severe mental illnesses?
No, sir.
I want to ask you what you just got into a little bit ago, and that is in relation to January 27th. Was there a period of time in the afternoon of that day when you were trying to get a hold of the defendant?
Yes, sir.
How were you trying to get a hold of her?
I remember making a phone call or two. I don't remember how many specifically, but that was just not answered.
And also text messages?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever get an answer during that window of time from mid-afternoon of the 27th?
I don't remember specifically when. I know at some point in that afternoon we had a conversation about I wanted some new headphones, and we talked about what an appropriate price range would be and where is a good place for me to go look, whether I was on base or at the PX or the Apple Store or whatever. So once again, another conversation about what is right, wrong, appropriate. But I don't remember specifically when that happened. I just remember it was that afternoon after I got out of class.
When you look back on it now, does that seem significant to you?
It was, as soon as all this started happening, that was a very significant moment.
Does that coincide with your understanding of what you just described, that the defendant would not let Lena in the house after getting home from school? Is that the same time frame?
Is the same. I don't know exactly when that conversation happened. I'd have to see a timestamp on that.
Okay.
But generally in the same time frame, Monday afternoon, January 27th, 2020.
Okay. Your Honor, may I have just a moment?
You may.
Let's see if they're reaching the end of the questioning for this witness. This is still the first witness on the stand.
So, Mr. Stauch, the last thing I wanted to save for you was, what is your opinion as to the defendant's sanity at the time of this event, and just generally speaking?
I believe is and was 100% absolutely sane based on all the things I witnessed and I've laid out. I have no other indication for anything else.
And when you say it that way, are you talking about in the totality of your relationship?
From the time I met her till even today.
Okay. And then very specifically to when you left on January 26th, January 25th, you left the house on that Saturday. What is your opinion as to her sanity on January 25th?
100% sane.
What about January 26th?
Same thing, 100% sane.
And January 27th when Gannon went missing?
Sane.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Cross-examination, Mr. Tellini?
May we approach?
Sure.
Okay, this is the first time we get a little peek at what's going to happen here. Come on, let me switch to this just for a minute. I don't want to show the judge because you can read his lips as he's speaking to them. So give us just a minute. Audio's on. When the audio comes back, we'll share that. Just hang on one second. So direct is over now. We're now on cross. First cross. Ooh, says Armas. Yes, it's gonna get interesting really quickly. Okay. Let's see, where's my 7? Just waiting here. They're still talking up at the bench. Yeah, the Google's going to be crazy. When we talk about our Google history, that's going to be a day and a half, I'll tell you. Wow. Yes, she has started taking some notes.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our lunch break early, and then we will come back for cross-examination. So if I can have everyone back in the jury room a little bit before 1 o'clock, we should be able to start on time at 1 o'clock. So again, do not discuss the case among yourselves. Don't discuss the case with anyone else. Don't do any research about any aspect of this case. And with that, we will see you at 1 o'clock. All rise for the jury, please.
And just like that, let's see if they have any talk before the jury leaves. Okay, I have a confession. I went to go make the pizza, and then I heard the audio getting really interesting with the phone call, and I came back in, and I still have not made my pizza. So no, it's not burning in the oven right now. I appreciate your concern, but I still need to make the pizza.
Thank you. You may be seated. Record should reflect the jury has left the courtroom. With that, we will take our noon recess, and we'll be back at 1 o'clock.
Thank you. All rise.
Okay, now they're on break, and that's going to kill the feed pretty promptly. There it goes. All right, time to hydrate. I've drunk too much. I'm ready for a break myself. There we go. Okay, crazy day. Buckle up. Hope you didn't get I don't know. How do you prepare for that? How do you prepare for the calls we heard today? Absolutely insane. The level of lying and questions, the intense level of questioning, which Al did an amazing job on, and just the lie upon lie upon lie, and the emotional, the manipulation, everything that was going on. Wow. You're right. No questions for now. We'll see if they have questions when they come back. Yes, you have the best setup. I love when you can see all your monitors. I love when I can see them as well. Usually they're working. It's a little weird setup right now because I have to connect to WebEx 3 times because, first of all, I have a little bit of OCD. I have to make sure I have a redundant connection. So I'll have the main one connected on my computer on this spare monitor, and then I've got 2 other iPads that are running connections to WebEx in case a feed drops, and so I can put Letecia expanded on the screen so we can see, sort of focus on her, what she's doing. We like that, the defense cam showing there. But yeah, it's a fun little setup. It took many years to build all the pieces. Pizza for everyone. We like pizza. I will hydrate. Yes, I'm ready to. I think I'll need more water. It's hot today is the thing. It's 85 degrees. I realize some of you got 10 inches of snow last night, and I'm not trying to rub that in, but it's pretty warm. You like hot mic moments? Why do you turn off Judge's camera so we couldn't read lips? Joan, here's the one thing. The judge, I like to think the judge personally gave me permission to live stream this trial. It was an order number 28 that he did that. It's actually an order from this court regarding this case. And he says that me, as a participant in WebEx, I can record and rebroadcast this anywhere I want, as much as I want, with 2 exceptions. And one is I cannot show the audio or video of a bench conference. So I need to be careful that we're not, revealing some of that, even if it's just reading lips. Now I realize they're the ones that are controlling the cameras, and they often turn them off when they don't want something covered. But I have to sort of be careful as well. Okay, 41 Celsius in Costa Rica, nice and warm there. Lunch, perfect. I'm out of here. Yes. If you just found this channel and like what you see and like the group you like that you found here and want to return, please do click the subscribe button. We'd love it if you became a part of the channel by being a fellow addict and clicking subscribe. Then ring the bell and you'll be notified every time we come live and chat. So next time we go live will be just after lunch. We'll be in about an hour. I think it's about an hour. The best thing about being first in chat is you get to win the internet. That's it. We give away the internet to first person in chat every time we go live. And that's the first person, as soon as the notification pops up that we're going to go live. It's not right after we go live. So as soon as you get the notification, you've got to be in there and say hi or something, and then you can win the internet that way. Let's see. Anything else? Any questions before we go? Random question. Anyway, to go to full screen. Random question. Any way to go to full screen and still see comments? What device are you on, Kelly? Some of them allow you to have sort of a halfway transparent comments, like an iPad scrolling up the side of the screen on top of the image. Thank you, Kate. Glad to have you here. Thanks for clicking the subscribe button. Okay. Oh, well, good thing you guys didn't leave, because Savasgun just gifted 5 memberships right now. Hopefully you've got the gift settings turned on this channel, because Elizabeth Spencer, you were gifted a membership, as well as Hannah, Ann Schatchner, Tamara Guthrie, and Laura Olson. Congratulations to the new members, and thank you so much, Savasgun, for the 5 memberships, a generous donation. There were too many grays. Yeah, you're just trying to make the screen a little better, more balanced, more green than gray. Thank you very much for that. I much appreciate it. Al did great, says Tammy Richmond. Questioning should be interesting. It's 80 degrees in Maryland. Have a good lunch. I will. Yay, says Hannah. I'm a member again. Yes, and your courthouse changed colors. Look how it looks so beautiful next to you. All right, we're going to go ahead and have lunch. We're going to be gone for about an hour. I will open the chat window here in just a couple moments. There's Hannah with the 2-month membership anniversary message. Thank you so much. You guys rock. Hannah, thank you so much for being here. I think that's it. I'm gonna make a pizza. I might eat a couple spicy maple bourbon pickles if I have some in the fridge. If not, I'll have to settle with dill, which is not bad, but they're not the best. Oh, why am I recording there? I didn't need that. Well, oh well. All right, there we go. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up for now. We'll be back in the afternoon with the same coverage. We're going to cover this trial from the beginning to the end. It could be a long one. We're here for the long haul, though. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Appreciate all the mods who did a great job keeping everything nice and happy and cheerful in chat, even though we have some heavy things that we're listening to. Thank you, everyone, for the new subscriptions. Those who subscribe to the channel, I love it. We've got... it seems like we just celebrated 10,000 the other day, and now we're about 175 away from 11,000, which is just great. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate the support. Hope to continue to make it what made you stay in the first place every day. So we will see you all after lunch. Get some food. We'll be back. Please, tonight when you go home, hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again. It will be in about 55 minutes from right now. 55 minutes. We'll see you then. Have a good one.